It's just gonna be a fucking dragon or something. Oh fuck no! Fuck!
Oh no! What is happening?
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! It's coming for me! It's coming for me!
He got the strap.
So he was fighting off something in the fucking thing.
Comes back alive. That's right when I started tossing.
Ah!
Oh no! What? Why are you leaving?
Holy shit!
Ah! Jesus fucking Christ!
This is fucking roll. Like this is. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Daring Player Squad. My name is James, and welcome to First Bite, a individual novel by First Bite Games. Came out, I believe, either last February or maybe late last year, but then was ported to console early February. In any case, these people were lovely. Part of the team includes writer Anna Schumann, who of course was a writer on Arcade Spirits. And a long time ago, they were really nice and actually emailed us asking if we wanted the code for this game to show it off. And we didn't look at our email, and I screwed up. So, we're gonna play it now. I don't know how long it is. I want to try to get a run, like one and done in 2 rounds. But we'll see where we are. So that's it. First Bite, visual novel. Very LGBTQ positive. And you date vampires or get eaten by vampires. It'd be like that. Other than that, I've seen a little bit of the game. The writing is quite comical. And so we're gonna give her a go. It is, of course, this is gonna be my contribution to Spooptober this year. It's as good as I can figure. Anyways, let's get to it, hey? I've talked enough. So First Bite is rated 18 plus for strong language, sex, violence, potential player death, blood and gore, optional sexual scenes, including consensual kink and BDSM. Fun. Supernatural emotional manipulation, and other content that some players may find disturbing. Some scenes may contain mild flashing images. Date? Get eaten? What's the Riley. Fresh. Player discretion is advised. I'm going to assume y'all are 18 plus, and therefore we're not going to have a problem. Otherwise, I can't help you. Anyways, hey Ghostly Gamer, hello. Friend of the channel. Already played this game on stream, and did quite well. I wish I had watched more of it. Too late! We gotta go in fresh. Riley, how the hell are you doing? You doing okay? You had me at bite. Let's go. Josh, hello. Dead End Drive, that's a very cute little reference. I had that board game, 13 Dead End Drive. Oh, love that shit. So I'm gonna try really hard to not get sucked into all. Hey, Anna Schumann is our girl, our human Anna. I should have tweeted at her. I'll do it next week. I hear that it's got a hell of a cast though. Voice talents of. Let's see. I'm trying to remember if I recognize these people from anything that I know. Marie Westbrook as Valerie. Try not to get sucked in. Alejandro Saab as and Jalen Cassell as Laurel. So if you haven't seen me do a visual novel reading out loud before, you're in for a treat because I'm an amateur. But yeah, all right, we got Riley, we got Josh. Oh, you guys are in for a treat. Nothing but darkness surrounds me. I close my eyes, desperately trying to blink it away, but there's just nothingness. A void. I'm alone. Where am I? What am I doing here? How did I even get here? I try moving my legs. Nothing. As hard as I try to run away, my body refuses to cooperate. I need to move my body over. Oh, that's getting loud and scary. I try my arms next. Frozen. Before I can try anything else, a light appears in the distance. There's something else flickering right next to that light. I can barely make it out, but what little I can see is horrifying. Glowing red eyes. Bright white fangs. Blood dripping from sharp talons. In an instant, they multiply, dancing around in the shadows. They laugh, a cacophony of demonic giggles, and then skitter toward me at an inhuman speed, their movements chaotic. I'm helpless as they close in around me. An aroma of metallic sweetness infiltrates my nostrils, and I'm surrounded. Trapped. Then they pounce, claws tearing deep into my muscles as they grab hold of me, teeth sinking into my flesh. I try to scream, but no sound escapes. Part 1. Hunger. Ah! My eyes jolt open as I wake up in a cold sweat. I said I try not to do this, but look, it's the Arcade Spirits poster. Hell yeah. I see you guys. It was a dream. Just a dream. Oh, I knew Alejandro just hopped from the 3 houses, but I had the character wrong. Oh, nice. Ace! Hello! How you doing? All the new friends to the channel coming in. I love it. That's ironic because we actually old friends from different channels. It is what it is. Anyways, it was a dream. We're closer to a nightmare? Depends on how you feel about being torn apart by vampires, I guess. My heart feels like it's about to burst out of my chest as my mind races over the lingering memory of what I saw. I quickly scan my surroundings to make sure I'm actually in my room. And also alive. Lava lamp. I dig the meaty figures at the top shelf there. Yeah, they're cute. I don't know this artist as well as all the Arcade Spirits artists, so I don't know what kind of quirks they got. But it's pretty. Everything is in its rightful place, and my laptop is asking me if I'd like to continue watching Death of the Dead. At this point, I should know better than to fall asleep watching horror movies, but I was lured in at the prospect of 2 hot characters kissing, and I just rested my eyes for a little too long. Oops. Some ridiculous part of my brain holds a kernel of hope that one day I'll enter a deliciously dark world of the unknown and unexplainable. But for now, tag yourself, I'm the skeleton on the mirror. What? Tag yourself. The fat skeleton is my new best friend. Do not foresee me. Dissection. Looked bums. Wicked bugs. I will be the thing under glass. It's got wings and maybe. I don't know what else it is, but it looks menacing and impressive. I picked this one. But for now, I'm stuck here. Even my dreams won't let me near what I want. And now that these thoughts are once again racing through my mind, I know it's absolutely fruitless to try to fall back asleep. But I try nonetheless. I go through every trick in the book. Breathing exercises, counting sheep, writing erotic fanfiction in my head. Decidedly unhelpful. Surprise, surprise! I'm still awake and blankly staring at my ceiling. Great job, me. Is that music way too loud? It strikes me as slightly too loud. I'm like I feel like I'm shouting. I know that's not how that works, but let's just no. Great job, me. I sigh, pushing the covers off my body. There's no point in staying in bed. I grab my phone from my bedside table, bracing myself as I check the time. 3 a.m.? Once again, my body's betrayed me by falling into this disgusting habitual cycle. Have a nightmare, wake up, stay awake, rinse, repeat. Assuming that silhouette poster is supposed to be Mothman, but it looks like Luminos from Metroid Prime 2. Oh. This one? I wonder. I would need to follow that crew and see. Oh boy, 3 a.m. Defeated. The black and white. Oh, this one. Have you seen him? It seems very Mothman. I should ask Colson. Colson fucking loves Mothman. It's just his jam. I don't know. Defeated, I yawn and stretch my bones as I stand, and I make my way to my bedroom mirror. I drag my fingers down my cheeks and glare at my reflection, illuminated by the dangling fairy lights. What's your first name? Alright. We have a method here at this channel. I am James. Daring. This is an alternate universe James Daring, who does not own an arcade. Pronouns. I'm pretty basic. We'll go he, him. I, color, Rune. You all seen the Mothman statue in West Virginia? I feel like I've seen a picture of it. My name is Van Sexing. I mean, the game's only like 11, 12 bucks Canadian. That's probably like 10 bucks US. Just saying. Just saying. There's actually some stink they are having is that Steam did a bunch of Halloween like scary game sales going on, and they ignored all the visual novels. And that's bullshit, because visual novels are games, god damn it. God damn it. That said, it's like 10 bucks, so I mean, you could do a lot worse. Take a deep breath. I'm James Daring, and I'm going to have a good night. He did not have a good night. If only my therapist could see me now. A positive affirmation to start my... Wait. Is it night? Morning? The time between times? Normally, when this disjointed sleeping pattern curses me, I either read my old collection of goose flesh books for the 100th time, or write from my website. They gave the statue a great butt. Oh, the Mothman? I can believe that. The singularly most interesting thing about me is that I have cradled and nurtured a cryptid blog to a nice level of internet fame. Hey, cryptids. Ghosting is my main source of serotonin and started out as a tiny forum. An avenue to find and cultivate friendships with those that love the strange and unusual as much as I do. Slam in Belmont. Just see how many bad porno parody, vampire slave parody names I can come with. Like, you don't need a game to do that, but you know, it helps. It do help. It do help. It still serves the name purpose now, but on a larger scale. What is this thing I do with my hand? Just like resting up, whatever. Mingling still happens, and the original forums are as active as ever. But I had to get creative and produce different types of content in order to keep myself afloat in this economy. My review of Where Are the Werewolves goes up later today, and I also need to upload that How to Attract Bigfoot video. Mothman is caked up, yes. The crown and jewel of Ghostin is also overdue for an update. With black, white, and red all over. Half a zebra! We discussed this, Alex. Hello, Alex. How you doing? It's an erotica section lovingly dubbed the Cryptid Coitus Corner, and it surprised me to see it become the most popular part of the website. You wanted to see it last week. Yo, I was gonna say a newspaper accidentally spilled ketchup on. Well, I know that's what you told Joyce yesterday, or Ash on Monday.
What?
I forget. Did Alex ask you what's black, white, red all over on Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was there. Do not cite the old magic. I was there when it was written. I'll admit I'm no Bill Shakespeare, but it warms my heart to see people coming back from my wide and varied selection of supernatural erotica. Hello, Ash's voice in the background, says Alex. She has ears on right now. Who knew that horny horror was like catnip to people all over the world and not just me? It's gonna be that kind of game, guys, just put it out there. Unfortunately, I'm stuck in my latest would-be masterpiece, and all I have is the potentially questionable title. Mummy Milkers. It's that kind of game. It's a work in progress. I wave it off. I'll figure all that out later and update Cryptid Coitus Corner when inspiration hits. I lazily scan my room, trying to hit that motivation jackpot, when I pause on my window. The moon is full and bright against a starless sky, an excellent setting for some ominous entertainment. Maybe I need to get out, go for a walk, see what early morning Portland offers me. Oh, we're in Portland? That actually sounds like a candy bar. Stacy Code from Facebook! Yo! Stacy Code, how the hell have you been, man? It's Mr. Stacy Code, a coworker of mine. He has many, many stories, and he will talk your ear off. He still needs to finish Arcade Spirits, by the way, sir. Unless you did, I don't know. But hello, how you been, man? How the hell have you been? Maybe I did get out because I walked through what early morning Portland offers. There's enough weirdness happening during the day in the city, so I'm sure that something's bled over into the twilight hours. With my mind made up, I mosey over to my closet. What does one wear for a witching hour stroll? All black like my soul. Comfort is key. Dressed to the nines. If it's me... It's nighttime, it's cold, probably. Is Portland a cold place? Can't be any cold in here. Let's go comfort. Like, boo, boring, It's the middle of the night. I don't need fashion, but I demand comfort. I find the comfiest pants and the biggest sweatshirt I own and slide into them. Bliss. I pose in front of the mirror, blowing a kiss to Mirror James. Looking good. I'm a little buzzed with excitement as I gather my bearings. The most radical thing I've done lately is quit my gray-toned office job and pick up shifts at a local coffee shop to supplement the income from my website. It's comforting knowing that there are others like me who have this undeniable attraction to things that go bump in the night, despite the monotony of my day-to-day. It's easier to exist when you blend in and squirrel away any untoward interests. It avoids awkward conversations, and no one's caught onto my deep, dark secrets yet. Hashtag the skeleton. I headbutted the microphone. Pretty modern weather-wise in Portland, true to season. Yeah, I still haven't even started wearing a jacket to go to work yet. I'm almost there. It's warm. It warm though. Yeah. Okay. There was a time where I felt that my desires for the supernatural were something to be ashamed of. And, well, maybe they are in polite society. After I spent too many brain-rotting hours in an office cubicle, I decided I would lean into the delusion to bring some color back into my life. Most people don't see the value in that sort of thing, and that's fine. But I can't help it. Something about the occult excites me more than anything else. It's always been that way. I gave up trying to fight it a long time ago. I shake the thoughts from my head. It's no use thinking about that now. I have some inspiration to look for. I grab my phone, my wallet, and my house keys from my desk and give my room a once-over, making sure I'm not forgetting anything. Then, with a final flash of some finger guns to my reflection in the mirror, I'm out. It isn't long until I find myself standing outside the house. 6969 Dead End Drive. Nice. It's creepy and old, and no one actually knows who owns it, and right now it's luring me in. Normally, I pass by on my walk to the coffee shop, and during the day it gives no more than a fleeting thought. Maybe it's the desperation for a crumb of inspiration. But tonight, I'm intrigued. I feel like you should take the mirror with you on this one. Maybe. Are they that kind of vampire? For years, I thought it was totally abandoned, the windows all covered with what looks like scraps of newspaper. But what gives me pause is the front yard. It's too well kept. Those bushes don't tend to themselves. Like every historic neighborhood, there's always that one house that has a particularly bad reputation, and this gothic beauty is it. Let's look at it. Ooh, artwork, yeah. I've heard all the stories. I count them on my fingers. Witches who eat children. An axe murderer who slaughtered their whole family. A pack of feral stray cats overthrowing the previous owner. A lycanthrope's hideout. And my personal favorite, vampires. I always thought it was a joke to scare away kids, to stop them from playing on their lawn. But, if only it were true. I find myself just standing here staring, tempted by the house and the what might linger inside it. Which isn't the smartest move. If I were more trying to lie low, I don't think I'd blow my cover for the sake of yard work. They have standards, Ace. They have standards. In October. In the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, it could get a little chilly. Just the worst, most tedious activity to blow it for. It's dark. I'm cold. It's also definitely about to rain. Yeah, right. Be like, I should go in. The words fall out of my mouth without thought. It's just pure impulse, succumbing to the mystery tugging at my curiosity. I shrug to myself and look around. No one's here to witness my petty crime of breaking and entering. With my journalistic integrity intact, I will myself to stroll up to the house. The porch groans loudly in protest as I step on it and my hand reaches out for the front door. Burp. I apply gentle pressure and the door just swings open with a deliciously spooky, decidedly terrifying creak. God, no one's supposed to live here, but the shrub is so shaggy. Also, I'm gonna put it out there. I think mostly you guys are already here, so it's not gonna come too much yet. I have plugged in the jump scare alerts for 2022. Maybe we'll make more, but I was running out of time trying to get this done before 8 o'clock. So, should we see any follows, or cheers, or hosts, or subs, or raids, it's gonna be funny. And I'm a jumpy boy. You know this. You know this to be true. Where am I? I apply gentle pressure, and the door swings open with a deliciously spooky, decidedly terrifying creak. That's not what I expected. Was it just left ajar like that? Damn. I was very prepared to use the lockpicking skills I picked up from all the video games I've played. Which totally would have worked. As the door swings open, a slight breeze flows from inside, like someone forgot to close the fridge and let out the cold. I shiver against it. And then, finally, I hesitate. Should I really be adding trespasser to my resume? Am I actually doing this? Yes, don't be a coward! On second thought, let's not. Ah! YOLO. We already know we have to go in. So, actually, I don't know that. Maybe this is a game over. I don't know. I'll find out another day, though. Wow. Wow. What would my therapist say? She told me it would be a good idea for me to say yes to more things in my life. This is almost certainly what she was talking about. Listen, James, you go into this house and you do it right now. Think of the possibilities. And if there are no corporeal beings, hopefully there will be a hot ghost that won't make me want to shit my pants. Carpe that blood-sucking DM. I push the door open a little more and squeeze inside. It's now or never. Once I get inside the house, my teeth start chattering. It's cold. Like, really fucking cold. Someone forgot heating exists. I think I'm in a small foyer, but it's hard to tell because without the soft glow of the moon outside, I can barely see my hand in front of my face. I pull out my phone, turn on the flashlight, and inspect my surroundings. As I shine my light around the room, I see this place appears to be lost in time. Nothing seems to have changed since at least the 1800s. Not the furniture, the wallpaper, or the smell. I inhale deeply and catch the scent of something pungent and putrescine hidden deep in within the normal old house musk. Putrescine. That is a fantastic word. Ivy! Ivy, you have arrived just in time. I am just about to meet some vampires. Probably. Spoilers, God. Unpleasant as it is, it's an aroma that intrigues the rest of my senses, beckoning me to find the rest of the secrets packed within these walls. At the end of the hall, I see lights sneaking through the crack of a half-open door. Whoever's here, if anyone at all, must be in there. I hold my breath as I listen intently for clues, and, sure enough, there are the signs of life I craved. I hear what sounds like muffled conversation, and then a very clear, "Fuck you!" I raise an eyebrow. Now this is something worth investigating. As I take another step, the floorboards creak loudly under my feet. Shit. The heating's out, but they're up to date on the electrical. That is interesting, isn't it? I pause, silent as a grave, as still as nature, as still as a statue. Yeah, no, you got it. I tried to start at 8, so you know, just to get the stuffs going. I pause, silent as a grave, as still as a statue, and pray those muffled voices didn't hear me. There's a tense moment before the voices continue, and I release the breath I was holding. I pass the stealth check. Maybe. Continuing to sneak along the dark corridor, I creep closer and closer to the illuminated room. Then I'm right outside the cracked door with my back against the wall. Now that I'm closer, I can hear them more clearly. Three distinctly different, dulcet tones echo into the hallway.
Do you smell that?
Everything goes deathly silent. Then,
It smells like human in here.
I freeze instantly.
There it is again.
I keep telling you, it's your dirty cups piled in the sink. You're just as shit at doing dishes as you are playing cards.
At least when he sucks at cards, there's a chance he'll have to take his clothes off.
It's that kind of game. Every day the cups keep piling up and not a nipple in sight.
First of all, I'm good at everything. A warrior like me just can't waste his time on trivial things like cards and dishes. Gotta save my huge brain and muscles for more important things. Second,
I hear the sound of someone inhaling deeply.
my nose never lies. I smell human.
Shit. The speaker's words hit me like a thunderbolt. Anna had a hand in this, right? Yeah, Anna's one of the writers. One of the 4 people working on the game. 4? 4 core people. I don't know, and then the artists. I have to double check this. But yeah, Anna's in there. Anna's words and Anna's soul is in this. Speaker's words hit me like a thunderbolt. What had I been thinking? Skulking about in the hallway and eavesdropping on whoever lives here. I use that word a lot at work. Skulking. People look for like a clearance costume. It's like, yeah, it's probably skulking around here somewhere. It's a good word. Could be a troop of axe murderers for all I know.
Have we already forgotten the time your nose led us straight into that werewolf house party?
Somehow, despite the growing panic in my chest, the phrase werewolf house party makes me snort. I cover my mouth with my hand immediately, as though it might somehow take it back. But it's too late. Well. We might have company after all.
Go on. Show yourself.
I have to get good at hearing the voices, actually. I can't describe the feeling, but it's like I'm being compelled to step from the darkness and into the light. Werewolf bar mitzvah, spooky, scary. My feet propel me forward of their own accord, carrying me around the corner as I resign myself to the fact that I've been caught. Boys becoming men, men becoming wolves. What I see when I enter the room jolts me right out of my numbness into a state of shock. Uncontrollably, my heart skips a beat. It's that kind of game. The 3 voices that I heard are matched by 3 equally as mesmerizing faces. They're so beautiful it almost hurts to look at them. And by the look of their slightly perturbed and yet also slightly intrigued expressions, I've clearly interrupted something. Art! Using my big galaxy brain, I survey the situation and decide my next move. There's a mess of playing cards and glasses of red wine strewn across the table in front of them. The way they're holding their cards reminds me of an old spaghetti western, right before there's a shootout in the saloon. The 3 of them stare at me in a way that makes me feel like a ham ready for carving. None of them speak. They just evaluate me with this bizarre hunger in their gazes. Nothing more threatening than if they don't care what you overhear. Yeah, fair. I should say something to shatter this long, incredibly awkward pause. Howdy! I appear to be lost. Listen, Awooga. Listen, I know this looks bad, but the words are barely out of my mouth before they leap toward me at inhuman speed, knocking me out of my back and pushing me down against the carpet. The breath leaves my lungs and my hands burn as bare skin and textile collide.
See? I fucking told you I smelled human. Never doubt me again.
No treat for you just for getting it right, Ilias. Assuming we all want to call dibs, should we rock, paper, scissors for him? Something's up with these people.
Dibs. Really, Laurel? Can't we just share? We haven't done that in a while.
No, Valeria. As the oldest, smartest, and hottest, the human is mine by right.
I feel like a piece of furniture out for auction at a swap meet. I like sharing. Am I into that? I'm completely mesmerized by every hand movement, every turn of their lips, every glance in my direction as they bicker. My heart races and I can feel myself getting unnaturally hot, despite the freezing temperature of the house.
Don't be greedy, Illy. Think of all the fun we could have.
That's all it is for you. Fun. You two enjoy those pre-packaged little blood bags. But a hunter like me needs to feed. My fangs haven't pierced flesh in so long.
May I offer a tiny tip? Yes. Yes, Ghostly, please. What is the tiny tip? I grin like a 12-year-old as I say this. Save. Ah! This is that kind of game. Yes! Wanna play a card game? That's Rashi. That was Rashi's catchphrase in Final Fantasy VIII. Unnaturally hot is also how everyone describes these three. We in for a ride. The biggest one has me pinned to the floor, but despite their threatening words, they don't exactly seem intent on killing me right this second. Even lying prone on the ground, the first thing I notice is their teeth, or rather the deadly points of their canines. Their skin doesn't have the same plumpness or glow that mine has, almost like their capillaries forgot how to refill it with blood. And the mirror behind them has no reflections. Ah, Ace! There it is! There it is! They brought their own mirror. No. This cannot be happening. Can it? There's no way they're actually... vampires? The word crashes out and they turn to me. Hungry. Unforgiving. Feral. The one they called Valeria grabs hold of my chin with a delicate hand, but there's nothing delicate about the way she holds me. The record scratch.
Looks like we have a fan on our hands.
It looks like we do.
That's what. I shouted vampires really loud just now. Okay. So you hear something? Oh, I shouted vampires really loud just now. Her dark brows are pinched when she leans closer, her head tilted like she's sizing me up.
You interrupted us, kitten.
Kitten?
And Ilias here was just about to take his shirt off.
Taking your shirt off is for losers. And I was clearly winning.
Winning? I'm afraid. Laurel, let him dream.
I don't have to dream about winning. Winning is all I do. Look at these muscles. My face? These cards? I don't have to dream about
Wait, hey.
I don't have to dream about...
Don't make it weird. Don't make it weird. The trio continues to bicker amongst themselves, and I just lie here, watching. Right, we're on the ground. Vampires are just myths. Monsters made up by confused historians and then embellished by storytellers seeking to make us feel something. There has to be a simple explanation for these three. But now is not the time to get myself worked up in my own little fantasies. This is when your fiance is okay with it, you know you're okay. The struggle, because it's that kind of game. That's just the story of the stream. It's probably just some sort of kinky vampire LARP event. You know, cosplayers who lift or something. It's bi panicked. And I'm usually so on top of these gatherings. The costuming and props are serious. Movie magic fangs. Even the red wine in their glasses looks like real blood. And it wouldn't surprise me if they've rented out this house for their own pleasure. There's no way you're real vampires. Who are you? A deadly silence fills the space between us as I gracelessly interrupt their quarreling. Valeria's hand gets tighter on my chin. Ilya's body feels heavier against me. Who are we?
You don't think we're real?
I got it. So it's the deeper, but the deeper, silkier voice, and he's the tough voice, and she's British.
I don't give a shit what he thinks. He'll know we're real enough when his blood is sliding down our throats.
You know the voice director had fun with that one.
Too much talking, not enough killing.
Ilias lunges for me at speed that my eyes can hardly register, I'm in such a broken state of shock that I say the first thing that comes into my head. Parlay! They all pause immediately, going still as statues as they look at me with a distinct mix of disgust and confusion.
Parlay?
Do we look like fucking pirates to you?
You are what you eat, I suppose. Yo ho ho.
I'm sorry, is there like a vampire version of Parlay where you have to let me explain myself before you kill me?
That green shit they put on your food to make it look nice?
Parlay, not parsley. It's some bullshit the human picked up from the movies. You know, parlay.
Clearly, Ilias does not know.
Besides, it's bold of you to assume we have anything to talk to you about, human.
He could surprise you, Val.
You know, I never thought I'd be reminiscing about all the sailors I've eaten when I first sensed him quivering around the corner.
Honestly, Laurel, who hasn't eaten a ship full of sailors? Oh, now you've got me thinking about that time in Central Bay.
She gives my head an idle little shake, her fingers digging into my cheeks and making my mouth purse as she stares wistfully into the distance.
Oh, pristine beaches, expensive wines, obnoxious tourists no one will miss.
As they once again continue to talk as if I'm not here, my gaze flits between their gorgeous, terrifying faces, desperate to find something I can use. All those years of memorizing books and movies and useless video games and cryptid lore has prepared me for this moment. I rack my brain for what little information I've managed to learn about these three thus far. The biggest one, Ilias, is apparently the oldest, and seems to believe he's the best of the three of them in every way. He's probably susceptible to flattery. Valeria, the most petite of the trio, seems to have a penchant for luxury if the glazed look in her eyes when she mentions Saint-Tropez as anything to go by. And finally, Laurel, the hardest to read of the three, gives me the distinct impression that they might be open to being entertained. I won't have much time to try whatever it is I'm going to do, so I'd better choose a vampire fast and just go for it. If I have to die tonight, which I totally understand, this is on me. I just want to have one more moment of happiness. Like a last cigarette, if you will. You're doing a lot of talking here, kitten, and not enough convincing. Please, before you kill me, could you tell me about Saint-Tropez? I feel like I could go to my eternal rest a lot easier if I could just hear about what happened there. I should save soon. Though she's quite clearly trying to maintain an infallible poker face, Valeria's mouth twitches. Ugh. Not this story again.
Oh, shut up.
Shut up.
You've told us about Paris 1,000 times too many.
Shut up, she says. Shut up. And then this guy was like, Sacre bleu, and I was like, I think I can tell it better than him at this point.
Haters!
It really doesn't take much to get these three going, does it? They bicker like a supernatural married couple. Thruple. Supernatural married thruple. This is the terminology. It's that kind of game. Valeria finally turns her gaze back to me, interest shining in those terrifying red eyes. I remember Ilia's voice actor tweeted vaguely about a voice director wanting him to use his sex voice or something. I could see that. I know that's what they did with a lot of the actors in Arcade Spirit Studios. Like, just, we need you to put some more honey on that line. It was apparently the direction. Valeria finally turns her gaze back to me, interest shining in those terrifying red eyes.
I'd be happy to tell you about Saint-Tropez if it will spare your
Jacob
soul
is a
the
good
torment.
boy. He
We
is.
wouldn't want you haunting us.
Valeria runs a hand through her hair, her lashes fluttering as she sighs dramatically, clearly readying herself to tell her tale. Her voice even gets a little louder when she next speaks. You'd think she was addressing a stadium rather than just one human.
Oh, the thing about Saint-Tropez at the height of summer is that everyone is rich and beautiful and drunk. The parties were magnificent, and plucking off those insufferable wretches one by one was as simple as stealing candy from a child.
Valeria sighs again, wistfully this time, and Laurel and Ilias share a wounded look.
I can still taste the Dom Perignon and Le Maire on the tip of my tongue if I try hard enough. Rich people just taste better. Like debilitating insecurity and tax evasion.
Look what you did, human. We're gonna be here all night at this rate.
Do you fucking mind?
My ravishing sybaritic Val. I'm afraid Illy might have a point.
You too. Can't a vampire reminisce about a little mass murder around here without you two huffing and puffing?
Maybe it's tax evasion is like veal, so it's like it doesn't work, so it's really tender, or something like that. Maybe it's that. Maybe that's the reasoning behind it. I don't know. I've never eaten people. I can't. This is all very theoretical.
Ugh.
She stomps her foot, a little bratty, a little endearing, and the pout that forms on her shiny lips is more than impressive.
Ugh, you've ruined it. I can't be bothered. Let's just kill the human and get back to stripping Ilyas of his dignity.
I'm gonna save again. Well, if you're gonna eat anyone, start with the rich, though. No, 100%.
Hey!
Then they're all staring at me again.
Suddenly, all I'm thinking about is shredding your throat like barbecue.
So talk fast.
Oh, shit. Fuck. Somehow, once again, these three beautiful people are arguing amongst themselves, and I'm left with a moment to ponder my options. There's no going back for me, but maybe I can Scheherazade my way through this extremely sexy, scary predicament. I get that reference. Hey, Scheherazade. She had 1,000 tails. It's clear to me we'll never settle on who gets to eat me if we continue on like this. We're all just too sexy and cool and clever. Wow. And I suppose you have our answer, do you?
Again. Wasting time talking when we could be feeding.
Card makes you play a game. Card that makes you play a game of Magic inside a game of Magic? Oh shit. Now, Willie. How often do we get entertainment of this caliber delivered to our doorstep? I want to see what cute little scheme he's got in his pocket. Scarexy predicament. The massive vampire actually pouts. Oh, he's pouting.
It actually hurts to be this bored, you know?
I suppose we can hear a suggestion before we tear him apart. Talk fast, human. I can only keep these two from your throat for so long. Okay, well, I was thinking maybe I could ask you three for a couple of questions. You know, for me to get to know each of you a little better. That way we can see who's the best fit to eat me?
You're holding
Pause?
Ely and I back for a fucking job interview.
I haven't had a job in...
He frowns, his eyes squinting, mouth opening and closing. He seems to be thinking particularly hard about something, asking if they know any Rolling Stones. He raises his hand and looks to be counting on his fingers, but he gives up after a few moments. A long fucking time, and I'll be damned if I start now. Send you the card in Discord. Oh, yay. Laurel inhales and exhales quietly, a hint of a smile on those perfect purple lips.
Absolute treasures, aren't they? Keep talking.
If they really are the creatures of the night that they claim to be, I'd better continue to think fast. I've survived thus far on wit alone, and I can't let it fail me now. Maybe confidence is key here. Maybe I can throw them off. And then death. This is a save. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die, y'all. I stand my ground. Surely I can easily play their game and win them over with compliments. There's just no way you're not LARPers. Like, silly, sexy LARPers. I smirk at them, trying my best to make sure it doesn't shake nervously at the edges. Either way, I guess it doesn't matter. Laurel exhales a lilting laugh.
Que sera? Certainly an interesting credo to live by. And die by.
You really are quite bold for a blood bag, aren't you?
I admire your tenacity, I suppose. We'll indulge you, but this is truly your last chance. Ilias, clearly on a different page than Laurel and Valeria entirely, flexes his big, beefy arm.
I just can't believe you think that humans could ever have muscles like mine.
Valeria narrows her eyes at me as Ilias palms his fist. Ilias. His name is Ilias. Ilias. He looks pretty keen on ripping me to shreds.
Illy? Not yet.
A moment of raw tension passes.
This better be as fun as you seem to think it will be, Laurel. I can think of a million better ways to spend my time.
Twitter, for example. Laurel pointedly ignores her.
Tell me, what exactly drove you to fling yourself into this pit of vipers, human?
It's a good question. It's a good question. Ilias grumbles.
God, it's so boring when you play Puppet Master.
Oh, it's an MTG card. I get it.
I'm over it. Enough talking. I'm taking what's mine.
Dead. A look passes over Valeria's face like she's suddenly reconsidering things.
Oh.
You suddenly don't want to hunt him now, Illy? Resting sex voice. Ilias grumbles.
Come on.
He's just standing here like we owe him something.
A hunt can take many forms, Ilias.
Ilias. Even that of light chit-chat. Ilias throws them both a look of open disgust, and his sigh sounds a lot like defeat, however temporary that may be.
Ugh.
I'll make it fun for you, Illy.
If I don't, I'll finally bring that pretty little clerk home for dinner.
I'll even let you have the first bite.
Title drop! The beefy vampire remains unconvinced. You don't make it easy, do you? Let's bring out the big guns, shall we? And here I was, saving this treat for a special occasion. Ilias perks up a bit at that.
Humor me, and I'll hand over that extra special, super rare Wagelad spread from the 1992 Party Down edition of Glow Rods Weekly.
Excuse me. That does it!
The one with the,
Yes,
and the...
yes.
I even had it laminated to guard against your nightly excretions.
Fine, human. Check this shit out.
Ilias straight up flexes, showing me his delts, biceps, triceps, and a multitude of muscles that I can't even name. I thought the guns were already out. They were out, but they weren't loaded yet. You read enough dirty magazines to know that humans are definitely capable of achieving such a body, Illy.
I'll also take the liberty to remind you that you had those muscles when you were alive.
Yeah, well, can a human do this?
Ilias drops to the ground and straight into a planking position.
Get on my back, Laurel. You too, Val.
Fuck.
You cannot be fucking serious.
Ugh.
Laurel doesn't seem to mind the request and sits astride him like they're riding a pony. With a hot Valeria follows suit. It's an interesting sort of vampire pyramid. Now what?
Watch.
He begins doing push-ups with one finger. What the fuck is going on? What is happening to me? 1 second I'm practically begging for my life, and the next they're trying to impress me with their talents? I don't know what to think as my mind boomerangs from terrified to fascinated to enthralled. This certainly isn't what I had in mind all those times I dreamed about watching 3 hot vampires ride each other. I'd be lying if I said this was exactly what I expected.
I'm sorry to tell you that everything you've learned from your insipid modern media is likely wrong. Laughable at best.
Everything? Laurel and Valeria dismount and Ilias huffs as he stands to join them. The only consistent state of my mind tonight is horny. Yes, everything. I have so many questions. Garlic. Crosses. Holy water. Crosses. Surely cross is still hard. I say this as she wears a cross. I fucked up, y'all. Surely crosses still harm you.
Besides being in bad taste.
I quite like mine, fuck you very much.
See? If Valeria here can wear one of gold, then clearly they don't do much to us. They don't do us much harm. Valeria drags a fingertip over her sternum, a sly smile on her face. I can't help but let my eyes wander down to where her necklace is nestled between her... Okay, what about coffins?
Do I look like I sleep in a coffin to you? Who do you think I am? Fucking Nosferatu?
Now, hold on a minute. Are you saying Nosferatu is real?
In a way, I suppose.
Dracula is very real, and Nosferatu was based on him, so...
You know, I actually knew Dracula personally.
Ilias groans loudly, but Valeria continues, raising her voice slightly as if to drown out his obvious sorrow. His name is Count Orlok, you pleb! Actually... vampires might not age, but the way that Laurel and Ilias seem to wither at the prospect of listening to her tell another story seems to sap a few centuries off their infinite lifespan. Vladimir.
Oh, it was all very exciting at first, the whole King of Darkness thing. But then you come to realize that he's far too invested in the wrong kind of impaling. Ah, such a waste.
Wait. You had sex with Dracula?
Oh, well, of course I fucked him. I'm not stupid. Oh, he's 6'7" and built like a god. I'm just saying, it's unfortunate that he showed more interest in skewering his enemies than me. And I'm not going to beg any man, Dracula or not, to pay me attention.
My mind is officially blown. Okay, now I have to ask. What exactly is the difference between vampire sex and human sex?
Oh, you poor creature. You have no idea. It's better than your inadequate human mind could ever possibly imagine.
She enunciated the fuck out of that line.
We can physically see lust spiraling off of bodies like smoky tendrils and taste the pheromones that linger on the tip of gasping tongues.
You're talking game canon or Netflix canon, or both. The VAs are killing. No, they did good. They did real good. We can smell every bead of sweat and cum, a plethora of aromas. Oh boy. I'm gonna be saying funny words tonight, y'all. Sweet, salty, and inviting.
It rules!
God. My heart starts racing. And then... you have to travel all over Wallachia gathering him up to put him back together. Hang on. Why the fuck are we still talking to our dinner? Dinner?
Yes, that would be you. Sans a good garnish.
I am known to be pretty tasty.
Ugh. My urge to kill it is dissipating. This human has no sense of self-preservation.
Ugh. It's no fun if you're not scared. Pause. It really has been too long since I had a good, hot, fresh meal. As I stare into the 3 sets of wide scarlet eyes, I feel like I'm standing on the precipice of something. Something terrifying and life-ruining. But my heart is racing like I've just won the fucking lottery. I think back to my dream. Was it a premonition? Was the universe predicting my untimely death at the hands of these 3 monsters? You know what would make this mortal's blood taste better? A performance.
I want to play with him. Make it last.
They step forward again, just on the edge of too close, and their hungry gaze roams my body like they're sizing me up for feasting. Fatal violence is indeed pretty life-ruining. Fair, fair. The eagerness inside me awakens, stirring curiously, and it takes every ounce of my remaining willpower not to tip my throat in surrender.
Fuck this. I want to kill him right now.
I clipped it, rules. Yes.
And I call dibs.
In an instant, Ilias is racing toward me. His outstretched arms grab my shoulders and we topple over. Oh boy. As I hit the floor for a second time this evening, I feel a very real sense of deja vu wash over me. He licks his lips before baring his cruel fangs.
Ilias,
Wow.
wait.
Valeria bends over and leans close, her long, silky hair falling in my face. She traces the curve of my cheek with her fingertip, trailing down over my jaw.
Tell me your name.
James Daring?
Well, now, Laurel here seems to have taken a liking to you. So that means you have one final chance to plead your case.
And we're gonna save?
Good luck. And don't fuck it up.
Hey, I know that reference. We made it to part 2, y'all. We're not dead yet. Keep it going. Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I ended up here. This isn't exactly what I had. Oh, it's sneeze. Uh-oh. Oh, that was a good one. And my voice is gone. Where were we? This isn't exactly what I had in mind when I left my house earlier this evening on the lookout for an adventure. Though it might be a situation that is played out in more than a few of my wicked fantasies. I have a terrible feeling I won't be getting the usual happy ending I imagined. What's the giggle at that, Ash?
You said happy ending.
Wow. I did say happy ending. Did you hear the good luck and don't fuck it up part? No. They said that.
Oh.
Yeah. No, this definitely doesn't feel like a running off into the sunset with 3 super ripped, super hot vampires with a gentle breeze blowing through my hair deal. I've heard of looking for something strange, but this isn't the strange I had in mind. Maybe they'll prop me up on the sofa when they're done draining me dry and dress my corpse with a fashionable pair of sunglasses. If I'm lucky. They certainly seem like the type. Focus, James. Ilias, who still has me pinned to the floor, is staring at me, a frown pinching his brow. And I wonder if maybe he can hear some of the weird shit currently swirling about in my brain. He's hoping for a little death before actual death if it comes to it. I get your French, sir. Valeria, still hovering close enough that I can smell her sweet perfume, grows more menacing by the second. And Laurel, quiet, contemplative, terrifying Laurel, is wearing a smirk that could kill you from 100 yards away. They're leaning against the wall, watching the whole thing go down from a safe distance. It could be worse. Maybe. If they want me to tell them why they shouldn't just kill me here and now, I'd better put my back into it. As a writer, I'm notoriously good at bullshitting, or as ghosting user, MonsterFucker69420 commented.
Oh, no.
Presenting a fantasy that has people desperate for more. I need to figure out how to convince them not to rip open my throat and suck my life away. I need to read that again. I'm notoriously good at bullshitting, but as ghosting user, MonsterFucker69420. Gotta spend 7 minutes in heaven and then a whole weekend at Bernie's. Yo. Goddamn. And if I fail, honestly, it wouldn't be that bad either. I'd go out in service of something I love. And then I have a light bulb moment. A fucking terrible, ill-advised, monumentally stupid light bulb moment. Wait! Ilias and Valeria pull back quickly as if struck, their heads tipping to the side in the same way a dog would if you shook a treat box. Laurel just huffs a laugh. It doesn't look like they plan on stopping me from further pleading my case. I have to wonder if these 3 ever manage to have a fresh meal. you kill me, people will find you. No, nope. This is the stupid idea. Clearly, this is the stupid idea. I have a proposition for you. Say I do end up with all the bargaining chips. What exactly do I want? I'm a paranormal writer. Am I just content to leave with only the memory of this insane night, trying to do it justice in my writing? Or do I want something more? A souvenir? A trinket, maybe? Or...
We're waiting.
Fuck it! These are vampires. Clearly, immortality must be on the table here. I take a deep breath. What would I have to do to convince you to make me like you? Turn me into a vampire. Ilias burst into laughter immediately, which is really great for my ego, if not expected, actually. But when I tear my eyes from his doubled over, hulking form and look at Valeria and Laurel, they seem to be intrigued.
That's hilarious. A really good one. I forgot humans could be so funny.
Talk.
I mean, I'd be stupid not to ask, right? I've literally dreamed of having an opportunity like this my whole life. Can you blame me for taking the risk? You're going to kill me regardless. I think... Valeria shrugs and looks at Laurel.
The human isn't wrong.
Ilias snaps his head from side to side quickly, looking between his two comrades like they just grew horns.
Wait, are you actually pausing right now? Why aren't we chowing down?
Ugh.
Shush, Ili.
So if you really want this, convince us.
My mouth falls open, then closes. Open, close. Right. I can do that. Shit. Fuck, what have I done? I feel Ilias's grip on my shoulders loosen as he swings his leg over to stop straddling me. Oh, that's kind of... Reluctantly, he sets me free and I instinctively sit up, scooting my knees into my chest.
We're expecting some good entertainment this evening. You know?
Always. Damn, you can't call it chowing down, dude. We're supposed to be sexy.
Though I'll warn you in case you haven't already guessed, we're a pretty tough crowd.
I gulp. But I can work with that. This is just a game, right? That's meta. A very stupid, very deadly game. But I've been gifted a few more turns to make this work in my favor. And hey, I play tons of games. I just have to use all my charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent to turn the tables. I see you, game. I see you, game. I'm gonna just go back to that for a second. If you don't know the reference, this is a very RuPaul thing to say. When she refers to the charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent of her contestants of RuPaul's Drag Race, because C-U-N-T is funny. It spells funny. Judging by the looks on their faces, the longer I dilly-dally, the hungrier and more impatient they get. And, like I already said, and like they already confirmed, the odds of me walking out of here alive are virtually non-existent. That's more than fair. I pause, letting the words hang in the air. Knowing I now have the full attention of the vampires, I use my next turn to stand up and brush myself off, making sure my stance is as confident as I can muster. They don't need to know I'm metaphorically shitting myself, despite them probably being able to hear my heart screaming in my chest.
It's not every day we come across a human who lacks fear when staring death in the face.
So, what crack-a-lacka? Hey, Paul! We're playing video games with sexy vampires that are probably gonna kill me at some point, a bunch of times. It's that kind of game. So, enlighten us. Well, firstly, you're all really fucking hot. Valeria rolls her eyes so hard I think they might fall out of her skull.
Okay.
Stating the obvious, kitten. What it... She's British. So, what I mean is, vampires are brilliant, fascinating creatures that, until tonight, I thought weren't fact, but fiction. I've studied you, written about you, Why would I be afraid to die when it's literally my Freudian death wish dream fulfillment come to life? Hey! Oh no! That's not the correct sub sound at all. Also, no! Oh no! You gave it to Rashi. You didn't deserve that.
What?
Riley did it. Oh, but also that was not a fun sound. You need to check that. That was a basic ass. Hold on. Let's go into stream elements for a hot second because that did not do what I wanted to do. So let's just go. Hey, look. All right, where the heck happened, y'all? Settings, subscriber alert, variations, subscriber gift. Oh, I can just turn off the variations. And that should be fine. Alright, we're gonna get some double audio. Just gonna double check this. 1 second. Much better. Okay. Alright. It makes me sad when things happen and I'm not ready for them. Goddamn. But damn, 44 months in a row, subscribed to his own channel for almost 4 years. Wow, 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 wow. It's not as pretty as you think. It's not as pretty as you seem to think.
There's a lot of blood. Like a ton. A whole body's worth.
Oh, body's worth.
Oh, it's especially messy when Illy is involved.
Yeah. It doesn't count if you don't get blood everywhere. He points at Valeria, and the look she gives him makes me think she might bite his finger off.
Plus, you're not even half as delicate as you think you are. You get sloppy too.
She turns her nose up at him. She probably went,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Why'd you look at me?
That's an ash noise.
Illy is right. Remember that couple in Trinidad?
Ugh.
I do not. She clearly does.
I remember walking in on the three of you. It was a complete bloodbath. I'll never forget your face.
More importantly, though, Riley, thank you for the gift sub. Even it was for our Ash, who doesn't deserve it. But thank you because, you know, we try it. We tried at this channel. I remember never forget your
Don't
face.
make me make you forget my face.
As I listen to them talk about their past indiscretions, the idea of joining them on raucous blood-fueled vacation sounds deliciously tempting. I muster up as much willpower as I can to keep my voice steady. I'm serious about what I said. I want you to turn me. I feel 3 sets of eyes narrowing in on all my vital spots. Laurel looks me over like a hamster in a cage. Illy, Val, you are always commenting on your woefully ceaseless boredom. Maybe James can liven things up around here. They smile at me, and despite it reaching their pretty eyes, it still doesn't quite stick. I am exceptionally good at making life interesting, if I do say so myself. Do, he says. I can teach you things like gaming, internet shopping, how not to act on Twitter.
We might be old, but we're not stuck in the Victorian times.
Oh, maybe you can fix my computer? It's doing that thing that it always does.
Pachi, pachi.
We can talk
Pika,
about
pika.
your spectacular ability to infect every device we own with porn malware some other time, Elias.
Yeah. It's that kind of game. But for now, our attention should be on why James wants to become one of us. Well, hush. With a wave of her hand, I feel my words die on my tongue.
You think it's something we can easily do? Just turn you? Like how humans adopt a puppy?
Well, it's not that hard. Illy, that's not the point.
None of us chose this life. It's not all amazing sex and free meals.
It's not. What Valeria means is that it isn't as glamorous as I assume you believe it to be. Valeria steps towards me. Hey! I can see 2 reasons right now why James would want to join them. 2 reason. Yeah, a couple. I see what you're saying, Paul. I'm not gonna... Occasionally, I miss Italian food. It's a curse. Now I regret not picking the garlic option. I bet that would have been fun. Valeria steps towards me, closing the distance between us. She takes my chin between her forefinger and thumb, making sure I have no choice but to look at her. Why should we even bother letting you continue to waste our precious time, James?
Oh, entertaining you and your little idea was fun for a second. But I get bored so very easily, and Illy's tummy is going to start growling soon.
She leans closer again. She is right there. You want to get on Ash's bad side? You don't want that.
What?
Oh, Paul.
Too late, what?
Paul waxing comical. I can see 2 reasons right now why James would want to join them.
What?
I assume he means boobies.
I mean, I see him. So, like, yeah.
Yeah.
What's the problem?
What's the problem, she says. Ash is great, guys.
Do you forget? I guess not. That's funny. It's just, do you all not realize?
Yeah. That's great. Good times. Good times. She leans closer again, her lips brushing my ear. You won't like him when he's hungry.
Hey, I'm always hungry.
I want to be strong. I want to protect people. I want to be young and beautiful forever. I want to mess with people. I'm tired of this human body. It can only do so much. Especially now I know that being more is such a tangible thing. I want to be stronger, better, faster. Ilias quirks a brow in what looks like curiosity, but then he's scoffing and looking smug.
That's cute, but you'll never be better than me.
He proudly flexes his big meaty arm and oh wow, that's big, huge, extra large.
Our kind are strong,
It's his
sure,
arm.
but don't go thinking you could ever reach
I
my
know his
level of
arm.
perfection. Understand?
Duly noted. Hello? Is that a meow? Wait, you have a cat?
Nasty Dennis, he's not just a cat.
Nasty Dennis. I look around for this nasty Dennis, and I see nothing. The quiet, somewhat intimidating meowing continues. Can I see him?
Ugh.
Is he actually? Good times. Well, if we finish in time, maybe we can pop over. It isn't quite that simple, I'm afraid. He's more fiend than feline.
If you do see him, it's probably a bad omen for you, human.
Is he like one of those cats who sit with elderly people in nursing homes before they die? Valeria snorts derisively.
Nah, I'll probably just shred your jugular.
I wonder if, can we die from the cat? So that's where the nasty comes from. Got it. Someone is enamored. I don't blame you. He's a fine specimen.
Right.
Despite being a complete bastard, yes. I wouldn't say that I'm enamored, just curious?
Isn't curiosity what killed the cat?
Irony. Ironic. Valeria then gestures towards the gallery wall behind her with a dramatic flourish, presenting a portrait with dainty hands. Nasty Dennis is a shaggy white Persian with permanent resting murder face, and he's wearing a dashing tiny red bow tie.
Sounds like Lily.
It's Lily. He's adorable. Pet the portrait. I don't like cats. No, that's death. That's death. That one's death. I do what any smart person would do and walk right up to the portrait of Nasty Dennis to give it a closer inspection. What a handsome murder man. I reach out and scratch his perfect little painted chin, trying to bite back my smile as I feel the three of them just watching me like I just grew into their head.
This is all highly amusing, but we do still have other matters to attend to here. Just because you've lasted this long doesn't mean we won't kill you, you know.
Trying to distract us by using Nasty Dennis as a pawn. I'm on to you, human.
Come on.
I'm getting really hungry and my patience is running out. I'm this close to snapping and eating you right here, right now. Right, that whole thing. Haha. I watched Bed Knobs Bruce's for the first time last night. Must report that Cosmic Creepus is a much better cat name than Nasty Dennis. That's fair. That's fair. Cosmic Creepus, like, it alliterates first off. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Does alliteration really win that hard? Not necessarily, but I mean, it doesn't hurt, you know what I'm saying? Shit. I'm not sure how much longer I can hold them off like this. I've partaken in a risky game of breaking and entering, trespassing, and most heinously, I interrupted their game night, and now I'm stuck in the game of my own making. One of life and death. I can't just stand by and hope they'll start to want to keep me around without putting the work in. Especially with such an incredible opportunity being dangled right before my eyes. That's a burp. Like all good relationships, it's not all about me. I need to know more about them. I need to know what the fuck I'm getting myself into if this all pans out the way I want it to. Dangled. You've interrogated me, now maybe you should let me ask you some questions.
A question for a question seems fair.
Laurel winks at me and extends their fingers, my eyes drifting to those sharp, shiny talons. Nails.
But be careful. Any wrong answers in your innards will make a nice table dressing.
Rude. Valeria seems to perk up at the prospect of getting to talk about herself.
Okay.
What exactly do you want to know? There are a lot of things I can think of to ask them off the top of my head. Like, do bats make good company, for example? I'm gonna save. I just have a feeling. But then, maybe I should use my chances wisely and ask something productive. What do you miss most about being a human?
Nothing. I'm perfect.
I stare at him for a beat, and he seems pretty serious. I expected something a little more profound, not gonna lie. Laurel smiles softly, almost wistfully.
Music festivals.
Music festivals? Valeria? Her mouth forms a little O, her eyes wide, and she looks almost taken aback for a moment before she regains her steely composure and glares daggers at me.
I lived in a castle once. A big, fancy one with pretty women who would dress me every morning and brush my hair.
She scrunches up her nose and looks around the living room.
Ugh.
Clearly, I've downgraded. Hey, this is a nice house.
Is it a castle? With pretty women who dress me and brush my hair every morning?
It could be, but no. No, it is not.
Then there's my answer. I want a fucking castle. And to be surrounded by beautiful women.
Oh, same? Noted. Now it's now it's our turn. Laurel's eyes are sharp and full of mischief.
Who do you stand in LBS?
When I decided to do a round-robin game of Truth and Truth with a trio of hungry, sassy vampires, I can't say I anticipated this one, but I must acquiesce. Which Ash, who do I stand in LBS? Do I stand SM or J Dream? Or
What is this for?
I'm guessing it's like it sounds like a fake Korean group.
Oh, so SM is an actual company.
Oh. SM is my bias record.
J Dream is probably J Hope.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. That's cute.
Yeah.
Do we like J Hope? Do we like J Hope?
Yeah. Well, he's my favorite in the group.
Okay. All right. That's Ash's favorite in the group of alternate universe. The BTS Save Us. I can practically feel the excitement lighting on my face. I fucking love LBS.
Yeah, it's supposed to be BTS.
J Dream is undoubtedly my favorite.
Yeah. It's
Not only is he an amazing rapper and dancer,
Yep.
but his production skills are second to none.
Yep. It's literally a spoof on J Hope.
That's funny. Is that satisfactory, Laurel? They nod, but I'm not entirely sure if I've made a good impression or not. They like. Before I can ask my next question, Ilias practically bulldozes Laurel out of the way. Okay, James.
1. How does a 3-day hunt in the woods sound to you? 2. How do you like your blood to taste? 3. Where is your favorite place to bite someone? 4. What are your opinions on swords?
Okay. All right, I got one of these down. Well, someone's eager. Of course I like swords. Hunting for cryptids, right? I like swords. Are you kidding? I love swords. I keep a katana by my bed while I sleep, like all good nerds.
Okay.
What happened? What happened? You do? Totally. Also, I have 3 Shinai and a Bulkin in my apartment.
Weeb alert.
Weeb alert. Major weeb alert. Not to brag, but I did take several sword fighting classes in college. Oh god, you're a weeaboo dish up! His big golden eyes seem to sparkle in wonder.
Hell yeah.
Whoa, that's awesome. Now...
Are you quite finished hogging the human, Illy?
Ilias pouts and Valeria... He's always pouting, I love it. Ilias pouts and Valeria pats him on the chest. Then he's staring me down, a deadly look in her. Then she's staring me down, a deadly look in her eyes. Her eyes are like glowing extra, it seems like. I don't know that. My turn.
Tell me, if given a chance, how would you try to impress a fine specimen of a vampire like myself?
She pokes at one of her fangs with her tongue. It feels like a threat. A sexy one. Think fast. Give you a killer foot rub. I take you anywhere in the world. I'll write a story about you. I'm leaning towards foot shit, won't lie. Hey girl, you like Pokemon cards? She likes castles. She likes being flattered. Write a story would be kind of sick too. Like, the long-term approach would be write a story, but the short-term would be killer foot rub. James, you are too nice. Anna! Everybody in the chat, welcome to, I'd like to give a warm welcome to Sharky Anna, aka Anna Schumann, aka one member of the writing team of this game. Hello, hello. Wait, there's a thingy for that now. Shout out. I know they added a new one. Nope, that's the one. Oh, that's not what it used to be. Yeah. Oh, you played Elden Ring? Yo. No. How long ago were you playing Elden Ring? But also, hello. Yes, I'm finally playing your game. How horny is it here? It's getting pretty horny, I won't lie. Also, I don't think I haven't mentioned it last time. I finally cleaned out our Gmail and turned off all the emails that auto notify you when people on Twitch go live, because that was way too fucking many emails. And at some point earlier in the year, I realized that you actually messaged us about the game, and I missed it, and I feel shame about that. So y'all get my 12 Canadian dollars this week. I haven't streamed on my main channel in a while. Yeah, y'all stumpy now. please, I'm here. It's maximum horny. No, we're having fun. We're having fun. You are always on my list. I appreciate that. Anna's a wonderful person to be professional acquaintances with. I try my best not to piss her off. You know what I'm saying? she goes, it's getting pretty horny, me, and I'm here for it. It's like, and I took that personally. Anyways, we went with foot shit. Does foot shit work? I give you a killer foot rub. The intrigue quickly turns into thinly veiled disgust. Oh no! I fucked it. I may have misjudged her. You want to touch my feet, James? That sounded so much better in my head. You could make me angry. You're amazing. I appreciate. I appreciate that too. No. What I mean is, I'd like to pamper you. You seem to hold a lot of tension, specifically in your shoulders. Shoulders.
Yes. That'll be the huge chip she carries.
Post through it. Valeria merely groans.
Come near my feet, and I'll bite your hand off. Understand?
I'm fucked. Either you're dead or you're going for a home run. Loud and clear. All these questions, all this incessant prodding. It was either the weirdest job interview I've ever had or the best speed dating session I've ever been to. I can't tell if I like it or love it. Before they pump me for more information, there's something I'm desperate to ask about. Also, Anna, how did you survive TwitchCon? You guys got out of it okay? Because I know a lot of people didn't get out of TwitchCon okay. Powers. Abilities. I know they have them, and I want to know it all. If I'm potentially going to be a vampire by the end of the night, I should be well informed about what my new body will be capable of. I want to know all about all the cool vampire shit you can do.
Interesting priorities. Though it's a fair question.
I suppose the ability to see threads of truth you mortals can't.
The added benefit of near miraculous strength has its perks, but being a walking polygraph makes living in the shadows of humanity that much more entertaining.
Secondary devs and exhibitors mostly just hard. Okay. That sounds like the safe area of TwitchCon. Yeah, that was rough hearing about all that. Ugh. Like I've been saying to everyone, like, I don't want to be like a sour grape. So like, well, it's good that I didn't go. I should, you know, it was bad. Like I meant to not go. Yeah, it's like, no, that's not it. That was not it. Polygraphs are junk science. He's bluffing. It's hard to choose one
thing.
Okay, you can say it yourself. Thank you. He runs his hand through his hair like a male model in a perfume ad as he contemplates his response.
I'm basically good at everything. But if I've got to pick just one, sharpened senses. I can hear a mouse's heartbeat at the other end of the house. I could smell you before you even set foot in here.
James a vampire yet? Hey John, I'm on the process of becoming a vampire so as to not die. Like more permanently so. We're working on it. I pissed off the middle one though. I dared to touch her feet. I should have known she wasn't a foot person. Fucked up.
Well, being young and beautiful forever certainly has its perks, but if I simply had to choose one thing, I'd say that I quite enjoy thralling people.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, there's something inherently satisfying about bending people's will before ripping their throat out. You know, there's an art to it.
Not even in a game could I ever touch someone's feet. Well, those were all mildly terrifying. That all sounds incredibly cool and fun. The three of them look very pleased with themselves. It's getting late, or early, and I feel the anxiety pangs in my chest as they stare at me with thinly veiled impatience. Or judgment? I can't quite tell. My quick-firing brain is telling me that they're talking about me telepathically or something. The silence is deadly. I've pleaded my case for long enough, and I really can't stand to wait around anymore. It's time. So, did I pass the test? I should have saved more. Laurel taps their long fingernails against their chin in contemplation. I have one last question for you, James.
Call me curious, but if you had to choose one of us to be your sire, who would you pick?
Save now, save often. Yep. 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 Yep.
Clearly, there's only one correct choice.
Yes. No pressure. This has to be a trap. There's no way this isn't. If I choose one, will the others pounce on me? If I don't choose, will I die regardless? Even if it is a scheme to get their fangs in my throat, I have no choice but to answer. None of you. Oh shit. This is how we die. Is any of you an option? Nasty Dennis. I would like Nasty Dennis to kill me. You know what? You know what? Out of curiosity. After being around all of them for what feels like hours, I honestly kind of don't want any of them to turn me. I just don't feel like we made a proper connection. Oh, I'm dead. No offense, but I don't want any of you to turn me. It's not you. It's me. I'm just not ready to settle down right now. Are we gonna die?
You fucking what?
Hey. Is there anyone else around here who would be down to turn me? Maybe some vampire friends? The vampire trio stares at me in stunned sort of silence. Hopefully this means they're considering my proposal. They did not consider my proposal. And then Valeria's delicate hand darts out, connecting squarely with my chest, and shoving me down onto the carpet so hard and so fast it knocks the wind out of me. Before I can even speak, her stiletto foot is pressing down onto my neck, cutting off my breathing.
Ugh.
Who do you think you are, coming into our house and rejecting our generosity? You loathsome little twat.
You don't deserve the luxury of dying with my
Message.
fangs in your neck.
I kinda did this on purpose, I won't lie. Ilias is already looming over me, his golden eye is now a terrifying red.
You do deserve to die with our fangs everywhere else, though.
He rushes down, sinking his fangs into my shoulder. The pain is excruciating. I cry out, but Valeria's foot is on my neck, dampens the sound. She smirks down at me, bloodlust reflecting in those lovely red eyes. What's that? Are you and Ilias making a proper connection? Another pair of fangs tears into my thigh, and while I can't see very well around Ilias, with Valeria's foot still on my neck, it's obvious that Laurel is taking their share.
But don't worry, kitten. We won't turn you. We'll just drain you dry. The garden could do with some new
This
fertilizer.
seems like a good ending to
My flowers will be thriving.
Her foot is off my neck, but it's too late for me at this point. She kneels down to take my wrist in her hand, piercing the thin skin here with her fangs and indulging in my blood. I cry out as I'm fading, no homo! No, this game is full homo. It's that kind of game! At this point, my vision is beginning to blur and my head is swimming. The pain is so overwhelming it's making me feel loopy. Then again, maybe it's the sudden blood loss. I thought a death like this would be a little sexier. Less painful. As my mind is beginning to blank, I see something white moving into my peripheral vision. I turn my head with what little strength I have left, and sure enough, a massive white ball of fluff with a face that could curdle milk, and a red bow tie that I have to admit is, even now as I lay dying, is just adorable. He is truly a handsome little man.
See it. Show me him.
Perhaps the universe is sending me one last gift. If I could feel the softness of Nasty Dennis's fur. To pet a cat one last time before I go. I extend a shaking hand toward the cat and form my cracked lips into a small O, croaking out my final words. Psst, 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 psst. You wanted the Nasty Dennis death? Nasty Dennis's rejection is as cruel as it is swift. Those dainty white paws slap my hand away, tearing my wrist open in the process. As my vision begins to fade and my mind empties, the last thing I feel is the rough sandpaper tongue of a cat. Dennis do be nasty. Meow! You died. Yeah, so worth it. Cause you know what? You know what? You know what? We got death tally number 3. Look at us. Look at us. There's a death tally. Oh, good times. Good fucking times. So worth.
Call me curious.
So
but
worth.
If you had to choose one of us to...
Clearly, there's only one.
You got that far and haven't died yet? Dang! See, now I feel better. Now I feel better. Alright. Let's go with the gut reaction because I'm basic like that. I don't even need to hesitate. It's Valeria. Beautiful, hot-headed Valeria. Valeria, there's nothing I want more than for you to be my sire. She did say she likes doing that shit. They all look at each other and shrug their shoulders, like they don't quite know what the fuck to do with me. I can't tell if I've impressed or exasperated them.
Oh, well, I found myself marginally less bored than usual. I'm still on the fence.
Yeah, but I shouldn't have talked about the foot shit.
No, Valeria, you're on the floor.
I was only mildly entertained.
Laurel yawns, which I'm going to go out on a limb and say isn't exactly promising for her.
I know
I'm
what
dead.
you can do to make it up to us.
Ilias grins wide. I'll do whatever you want. Just name it.
Leave.
Wait, what? Just like that.
Just like that.
I stare at them for a second, waiting for the pin to drop. And when it doesn't, I shrug in compliance. There's not much I can really do about it, if this is truly what they want. The alternative is death, most likely, so I turn around and start my trek out the living room. So I didn't get turned into a vampire, and I didn't get myself romantically involved with a vampire like I wanted. So I get to live another day and survive an encounter with 3 real-life bloodsuckers. I'm a legend. I lift my hand up to wave, not looking back. Thanks for letting me live. Enjoy eternity. And I instantly hear a cacophony of dissonant whispers behind me. That cool breath caressing my skin. I'm dead again.
Who said anything about living?
I'm dead. I'm sure you get that reaction a bit, right? No, nobody's sure what to do with you.
Silly little bird.
I'm gonna die
I
again.
love a good chase.
I'm dead. I pick up my pace, trying to walk away from the whispers and into the hallway, fooling myself into thinking if I can just make it to the front door. No, we did, but I grab by the shoulders and my body's yanked back to the living room. With fangs at the ready and their eyes burning red, I realize that I have nothing more than their prey. Just a chew toy. I quickly pick myself up and try to make a run for the exit. My brain in fight and flight mode, but a pair of strong hands prevents me from fleeing. This is what I get for picking the foot shit. This is what happened. Like, she's not interested in me right now. I struggle against Valeria's grip, kicking and flailing, but nothing I could possibly do would weaken her unforgiving grip.
We do love it when you struggle.
My heart race quickens before I feel it. The biting. 3 sets of fangs sinking into my skin, tearing through skin and fat and muscle. And here I thought I could make it out alive. Foolish mortal. No, there's nothing left to do but close my eyes and let the darkness take hold.
Can you feel the dark?
I died again!
Can you feel the darkness?
That was
Can
silly.
you feel the pain?
Alright. Alright. Okay, so that's just not gonna be the one. That's not gonna be the one. Alright.
Call me curious.
Clearly.
We might be stuck actually, unless I have to pick someone else. Is any of you an option? This is literally an impossible choice. I like them all, and I'd be thrilled if any of them chose to usher me into my next life. Ilias is the himbo of my dreams. Valeria's perfection in vampire form. Laurel has the most incredible, mischievous mind. There's no way I can pick just one of them. I'm just gonna rewind if I start dying again. I don't care who does it. I'll be happy either way.
Well, is that your final answer?
You may in fact not have enough flags with any. Yeah. Yes. They all look at each other and shrug their shoulders, like they don't quite know what the fuck to do with me. I can't tell if I'm impressed or exasperated
Oh,
them.
well, I found myself marginally less bored than usual. I'm still on the fence.
No, Valeria, you're on the floor.
I was only mildly entertained.
Yeah.
I know what you can do to
Yeah.
leave.
Yep. I might be toast. I should have saved it for before. Alright, let's try Laurel because we did kind of impress Laurel. I know we impressed Ilias because swords. It has to be Laurel. They've enchanted me with their mysterious ways and their almost mischievous demeanor. I think we could have a lot of fun together. Laurel, I choose you!
Pika Pika, I guess.
Pika Pika, I guess. He chuckles under his breath as he smirks in my direction. So many pronouns.
Well, is that your final answer?
Yes, it is. My cheeks flush and I avert my gaze from Laurel, who stares at me quite intently, apparently satisfied they're the chosen one. They all look at each other and shrug their shoulders, like they don't quite know what the fuck to do with me. I don't know. I can't tell if I'm impressed or exasperated them.
Oh, well, I found myself.
No, Valeria.
Oh
I was
no.
only mildly entertained.
Oh no. Laurel yawns, which I'm going out on a limb and say isn't exactly
I know
positive for
what
me.
you can do to.
We did. We did.
Just like
We're toast. Yep.
Who said it?
Yep. No, we fucked. Alright. I might need to start again. Big, beefy, perfect Ilias with his huge arms and himbo spirit. Obviously, it has to be Ilias. Ilias laughs heartily, one fang peeking cutely through his lips.
Well, is that your final answer?
Yes, it is. My cheeks flush and I shyly avert my gaze from Ilias. They all look at each other and shrug their shoulders.
Oh, well, I found myself
No, Valeria.
I was only
Nope, we fucked.
I know what you can do to make.
just like
So we gotta impress the shit out of them. Ooh. Yeah. How far back can we
Only-
reload from here? Oh, maybe we can. How far back will the game let us go? How far back will the game let us go?
Are you quite finished? Tell me.
Okay. What if I write a story about her? Most of my strength lies in crafting stories, and Valeria seems like the type to want to be the center of attention. What better way to woo her than to make her the star of her very own epic? Well, I'm a writer, and quite a prolific one. There must be, hey? I'm a writer, prolific one. If you respect the opinions of AO3 reviewers. I could write a story about you. A movie-worthy epic about your life. Say more right now. Given the gallery maybe hidden route. Yeah, maybe. It'd be great. We could sit and you can tell me all about the amazing adventures you've had. I see you. She nods a little too enthusiastically for someone who tries so hard to project an aura of abject terror. It's kind of adorable.
Ah, yes. Val talking about herself. Something none of us have ever heard before.
Ilias snorts loudly, giving Laurel a crisp high five.
You two can piss off. I'm going to be famous.
Okay. All of these questions, all of this incessant prodding. This is either the weirdest job interview I've ever had, best speed dating, powers, abilities. Okay. Cool vampire shit.
Well, being held.
Thralling people, mildly terrifying, cool and fun. This time, did I pass the test?
Call me curious.
Clearly.
Okay. Have I impressed Valeria enough to not kill me? I don't even need to hesitate. It's Valeria. Beautiful, hot-headed Valeria. Valeria, there's nothing I want more than for you to be my sire. Valeria cocks a perfect eyebrow and offers me a devilish, if not a little self-satisfied smirk.
Well, is that your final answer?
Yes, I'm positive.
Your taste is impeccable, you know.
I feel my cheeks heating as I avert my gaze from her prying eyes. So...
Have some patience, kitten. This is an important decision.
Okay. We're still alive. Okay. However, I am satisfied with your choice. For now.
You've made it past step 1. Congratulations.
Past step 1. We have unlocked new dialogue? Yeah. You almost sound impressed. Anna, did I break the game or something?
Oh.
This was the easy part. What comes next might not be such a walk in the park.
But you're past the point of no return. Are you truly ready?
I've already died twice tonight. So... No, I've died 3 times tonight. I am. Eat this chocolate bar! Valeria reaches out her hand. Good. Now, come. No. As I press my palm against hers, I do my best to contain my excitement about being chosen. I can't help but think about what the hell is going to happen next.
Scared but aroused. That's basically that character.
Part 3, Valeria. Ultra violence. The subtitle is ultra violence. Oh my gosh. Alright, we're gonna... This is what I should have been doing. I should have been saving every chapter is what I should have done. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Oh. Cute. Super cute. What do we got? Handcuffs, nice. I can't read. Oh. That might be Dracula. Ropes, cute. It's that kind of game. She leads me into her room with our fingers entwined, laced together like lovers. Clockwork Orange style ultraviolence? Oh boy. It's a butt. It's a butt, it's a boopy, it's a more boopy. Yeah, I get it. I have questions. That could just be the print. That just could be the print, but I'm back to being 12 years old. It's strangely intimate. Maybe too intimate for almost strangers. But then I remember that it's not like this evening could possibly get any weirder. I will hold hands with the crazy hot vampire and I will not overthink it. It's easy to forget how... This new song that's kicked in is quite nice. I'm quite enjoying this. It's easy to forget how cold her skin is when her eyes are trained upon me in the way that they are right now. Like if I make even one wrong move, she'll snap me in two. That thought alone is enough to thaw the chill. Snapping can be sexy. Sometimes.
Well, here you have it. Where the magic happens.
Hey. I laugh sharp and quick as she frowns, her brow quirked. And I quickly realize that maybe that wasn't a Cribs reference, and she's just saying that sincerely. Shape. She strikes me as the type to enjoy mocking celebrities for their bad taste in furnishings. I see you with your slip strap, madam. Maybe if she decides not to rip my throat out, I can enlighten her about the joys of reality television. She releases me, and I take in my surroundings, observing the little personal touches strewn around the room, hoping I can gather some insight into the kind of vampire that she is. Is that a copy of Dracula? Tell me about Nasty Dennis. So, what's with the handcuffs? Handcuffs. Before I can think to control where my gaze lands, I'm immediately drawn to a shiny gold object upon her bedside table. Handcuffs. Fancy ones. Those are nice. Valeria follows my line of sight and grins. Oh, you like those?
If you're a good little kitten, maybe I'll let you play with them. Would you like that?
I'm not interested in sex. Fuck yes. I once again cannot control the expression that crosses my face. If I could put a name to it, I would say unadulterated horniness. Therefore, Nasty Dennis. They have a little laser pointer inside. Oh. What? They're for little coughs. They're for Nasty Dennis. They have a little laser pointer inside. Like the battery-operated boyfriend in the drawer. Is it dishwasher safe? They might be. I have a type, and she's in the Venn diagram.
I want to cosplay her.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Ash wants to cosplay Valeria. Yo. Okay. Oh fuck yes, I would. Valeria bites her bottom lip, her head tilted slightly. An eager little beaver, huh? I can work with that. Is that a copy of Dracula? No, Nasty Dennis. I spot a copy of the delightful portrait of the terrifying, elusive Nasty Dennis sitting pride of place on her dresser. She is signing off early tonight, guys. You must really love Dennis.
That's nasty Dennis to you, human. Show some respect.
Shit.
And love is such a strong word. He's a bastard and a devil, and he has ruined so many of my beautiful clothes that I've lost count.
He is a cat. This is true. But he's my bastard. I'd love to meet him one day. Nasty is a title. She narrows her eyes at me like she's trying to decide if I'm worthy.
You do not meet Nasty Dennis. Nasty Dennis meets you.
Wow. That's super ominous. Okay, so we get to... Okay. There's no choice, we get to see it all. Okay. Is that a copy of Bram Stoker's Dracula on your nightstand? It is, yes. A wonderful little story. Did you know that I'm in it? What? She preens, staring down at her blunt nails. I think she's trying her hardest to look indifferent, but her smug face is giving her away horribly.
Yes. Rami Bear was such a wonderful house guest. Very polite.
Aw. Rami Bear stayed with Dracula at his castle to write Dracula?
Darling, did you really think that human just plucked all of that out of thin air? Don't be silly now.
Does that mean Frankenstein's monster is real? The Wolfman? Van Helsing?
Ugh.
Valeria makes a noise of pure disgust when I mention Mr. Helsing. Oh.
We don't say his name in this household.
We don't talk about Helsing, no. She takes an angry little step forward and prods her pointer finger into my shoulder.
Frankie was a terrible conversationalist, and the Wolfman was a shitty movie.
Rude.
Also, you're really asking me about those morons when I'm standing right here. I've literally had Dracula inside me.
Yeah, fair. What about Alucard? Okay, but the Van Helsing? No, we're not doing that. I'm a little curious, though. No, we don't have time for that. My self-preservation sensors start tingling quite aggressively. Clearly, this is not a subject I should be pushing if I want that sweet, sweet immortality. I'm sorry. You're right. He sucks. Who has the audacity to make a living out of killing vampires? Valeria seems to relax a little. The look on her face now one of indignance rather than pure, unfettered murder rage.
Right. I mean, we are clearly superior.
I nod enthusiastically and I pray I placated her. I just realized this is like a super sheer like nightgown and that's nice. With a sigh, she comes closer, grabbing my hand again. Come on now, don't be shy. Take a seat and make yourself comfortable. Valeria smiles and guides me over to the plush bed, our joined hands held high between us as if she's about to spin me into a pirouette. With very little effort, she shoves at my shoulder and I land upon the mattress with a quiet oof. She leans in close and breathes me in, her fingertips bunching in the front of my shirt. Her breath is cool when her lips graze the shell of my ear, her voice low and teasing.
Your heart is so very loud, like wings beating against a cage. Are you scared, little bird?
That's racist. Shoot. Should I be? I'm terrified. This is almost too clever that I swallow and wet my lips, trying to compose myself and at least attempt to form a coherent sentence. Should I be? Valeria chuckles, and it's decidedly wicked noise. My skin prickles, hair standing on end.
That depends on just how much you're looking forward to dying tonight.
I can't help the laugh that escapes me The nervous little sound would almost be embarrassing if I had the ability to focus on anything other than Valeria right now. She raises one of those perfect brows at me, her lips curling at the corners as she zeroes in and advances on her prey. That wasn't an answer, sweet thing. The mattress dips as she presses a knee upon it, right between my thighs, nudging them apart. Oh, okay. The long, cold fingers that still rest upon my chest curl tightly in the fabric of my shirt, and she follows me down, her full mouth a mere inch away from my own as she tilts her head in question. We can either go with, do whatever you want with me, or we can go, I want to be like you. I've made my choice. You can do whatever you want with me. I've already surrendered. Valeria pauses and almost looks disappointed. Fuck! I fucked it!
Oh.
Surrendered? How dull. She pulls away slightly, looking a bit disappointed and putting some room between us. But not enough that my rabid quick heart chills the fuck out. Note to self. Refrain from using language that could be construed as desperate to avoid metaphorical vampire boner kill shots.
Is there truly no fire left in you? Don't you want to go out with a bang?
I can't help smiling, and she almost smiles back. Almost. So, you want me to struggle? To beg you? Have fun with the vampiring. Alright, John, have a good night. Take it easy, man. Either would be nice. Both, maybe.
But I'm not, Ilyas. I have no need for theatrics. I already have you in my clutches.
I appreciate that. She grabs my chin, tipping my head so she can get a better look at my throat. Or so I assume, if the way her red eyes flash when her gaze momentarily falls to my exposed jugular is any indicator.
The question is, do I want to let you stick around, or am I just going to drain you dry and be done with you? So, tell me, why are you worthy of me bestowing such a precious gift upon you?
Valeria pulls back until she's far away enough for me to get a proper look at her. All of her. Middle mouse click. Boink. Yeah. I let my eyes roam her form, from her shiny raven hair to the way that dress clings to every dangerous inch of her body. I feel my cheeks heating, and I idly wonder if spontaneous human combustion really is just a myth.
Ugh.
Valeria tuts loudly and flicks me on the forehead before she grabs my chin, yanking my head up so I have no choice but to make eye contact. Oh. My face is up here, pervert. Her words are sharp, but she's smirking and looking entirely too pleased with herself. She clearly enjoys being admired. That I can work with. I can't help it. You're beautiful.
I'm aware. Now cut the shit and tell me why I shouldn't drain you dry and bury you underneath the hydrangeas.
Because why not? I'll be loyal to you. I sacrifice my own life. Already going to save slot number 4. She does enjoy that, but that's like after she eats you afterwards. Yeah. Why not sounds like a Laurel answer. Because I've never wanted anything more than I want this. Given how little we've learned. Valeria's brows pinch together and she groups my chin a little harder, tipping my head this way and that. Right. Right, she doesn't like that. Desperation isn't attractive. I manage to squeeze my words out despite the way her fingers grip me and dig into my cheeks. It's not desperation. She crinkles her nose.
Well, it smells like it. Stinks of it, actually.
Hey, I don't smell. Valeria smiles and my whole body shivers. She releases me slowly, my cheeks aching from where she held me so tightly, and she steps away from the bed to lean against her dresser. I sit up quickly, gathering what's left of my wits and at least try to be cool. This new distance between us tells me she's giving me a chance. Maybe an interview of sorts. I'm fucking great at interviews. He was not great at interviews. So, after your little interrogation of us out there, you might want to learn more about me. She stares at her nails, trying to seem uninterested, something I'm coming to learn she's actually pretty shit at. It's weirdly endearing. You can ask me whatever you like, I suppose. If Valeria likes to talk, I can go for hours. Tell me about how you met Laurel and Ilias. You seem like an interesting group. I put the pause on the wrong spot.
Oh, you mean horribly mismatched and frankly fucking bizarre. I agree, but it works.
She takes a deep breath and gets that look again. The one she had in the lounge when she launched into one of her stories. I never did get to hear her finish her Saint-Tropez tale.
For Illy, I was living in London in 1901, just minding my own business. You know, being only mildly nefarious, but keeping a low profile.
I nod when she looks to me like she's trying to check that I'm following. As you do.
I would feed just enough to keep myself sated. I didn't want to overindulge in a city I didn't know. Our kind rule Romania. But London is different. More controlled.
The British are like that. She crinkles her nose in disgust briefly before waving it off. I pointedly ignore her very obvious, very British accent.
I was still mourning the loss of my life and my station back home. But I made sure that I took enough money from my husband to keep me comfortable for decades. I wasn't about to give up the luxuries I'd become so accustomed to.
The luxuries.
Then I heard about the murders that had started to plague the city.
Ads are happening.
They were horribly messy. Throats ripped out, limbs and organs missing. Certainly not the work of a pathetic human.
I'm gonna just take my time a little bit because there's ads going on. And yay.
I was enamored immediately upon viewing one of the crime scenes. I knew it wasn't purposeful. That whoever had done it was simply a feral fucking animal, but to me, it was art. The pre-Raphaelite Brotherhood didn't have shit on him.
She smiles, unabashedly fond in the same way someone might be if they were talking about their significant other buying them a diamond ring.
Only a specific kind of monster can make such a beautiful mess.
I shift uncomfortably, and Valeria notices. She narrows her eyes at me, then smirks. Terrifying, if not mildly alluring. What the fuck is wrong with me?
Oh, I found him eventually. He made it easy for me, of course. He was a disaster waiting to happen. The kind of gorgeous idiot that would get our kind called from the city by the hunters if he carried on. When I laid eyes upon him, I knew I had to have him. The moment he curled his fingers around my throat, I think I fell in love.
She sighs dreamily, once again looking besotted, like she's recounting a fairy tale rather than whatever the hell kind of horror story this is.
I told him I would help him, and teach him how to live like a vampire is expected to. I didn't think he'd be interested, but it didn't take long to convince him.
How exactly did you convince him? Her tongue flicks out to wet her plump bottom lip. It's easy to notice how dark her eyes get, even with the distance between us.
I showed him what he could have, if he listened to me like a good boy.
I stare at her blankly as she huffs, flicking me on the forehead. How? I fucked his brains out, silly goose. Ah, of course. I feel like she's heating. Figures he'd be easily subdued with that.
He is a man who enjoys the simple pleasures in life. Fucking, fighting, feeding. It's what I like about him the most. That and his huge...
An involuntary squeak leaves my mouth. Valeria looks at me like she's contemplating foregoing story time to skip straight to murder time.
I was going to say big personality. Get your mind out of the gutter.
I simply do not believe you. She purses her lips, clearly trying to stifle a smile. And Laurel, when did they come into the picture? Oh. Fair.
Laurel happened a little later. Illy and I had stayed in London for a few decades, and we grew tired of it.
He's a restless thing, and I was getting bored of cleaning up the bodies he flooded the city with. So I proposed that we travel a little. It's hard for our kind, but especially so back then. And personality is what he named his wedding. Ayo! She curls her lip in disgust as if she's remembering a particularly unpleasant memory.
We'd traveled by boat, all cooped up in wooden crates like animals when the sun was out. Though we did have fun come nightfall. Oh, sailors are very tasty, you know.
Oh,
salty.
Oh, thank you, Riley, again. Machete. He hasn't been by it in a little while. He's probably... You know what? Machete, Mr. Roger, he has excuses for not being here. He's getting married in like a week or two. I'm not invited. But I suspect it's COVID level wedding, and he's probably keeping it small, so it's fine. It's fine. Yeah, I haven't seen that a-hole in a little while. That's okay. It's okay.
Plus, it was terribly convenient to get rid of bodies when you're crossing the ocean. Just plop, right into the sea. Bye-bye.
I feel a bit sadistic when I laugh, but somehow she makes even dumping dead bodies sound charming. That's convenient for sure. She narrows her eyes at me, and I feel dumb for forgetting the murderous vampire does not like to be interrupted.
We drifted around America for a while. Found ourselves in New Orleans. I hadn't seen a place with so many of our kind since I left Romania. It was wonderful. But then that big brainless meat monster couldn't keep his fangs in his fucking mouth.
She sighs wistfully again, her gentle tone not quite matching her biting words.
We caused chaos. The streets ran red with the blood of our victims. It was pure bliss. And then shit got weird.
Weird like how?
Like Laurel weird. Ailey and I started feeling strange, like something was whispering in our ear and telling us to do and feel illicit things.
More illicit than murdering hundreds of people?
Firstly, thousands of people. Fuck you very much.
Nice. No judging. She looks to the side as if she's actually thoughtfully contemplating her response. Incredible.
Illicit by your feeble human definition? Yes, I suppose. But I'd been living life of my own volition for long enough that I'd forgotten what it felt like to be controlled.
Controlled? She bites her bottom lip and hums in agreement. Laurel's gifted like I am, but in a very different way. I can manipulate them. I'm using the wrong voice. Laurel's gifted like I am, but in a very different way. I can manipulate the mind and make you see things that aren't real. But Laurel, he can manipulate emotions, really warm his way into your brain. They mess around in there until you don't know which way is up. I've never felt anything quite like it. Ilias and I were so overwhelmed with pleasure one night that we fucked right there in the square in front of the humans. In hindsight, we should have charged. It was quite the show. Oh my god. Her laugh is smug and dirty.
Unbeknownst to us, Laurel was watching, and I think he decided that we'd been taught our lesson for messing up their pretty little home. No one
mortal or immortal, is immune to me.
Damn, Laurel. Alright. I swallow loudly. I can't exactly disagree.
They came out of hiding to introduce themselves, and the rest is history. And here we are, centuries later, living in a 3-bed in Portland with a leaky attic.
That's rough, buddy.
It's not exactly the life I pictured for us, but it's ours. The world changed in ways we couldn't have anticipated. It's harder for us now, despite humanity being more akin to cattle these days.
I can't disagree with that.
But the point is that they and I fit together beautifully, especially when it comes to Laurel and I terrorizing Illy, the poor thing. They've taught me so much when I thought I knew it
Y'all
all.
could definitely at least afford federal way. She points at me threateningly.
Tell him that, and you're dead, though.
Noted. But that's kind of romantic. A vampire love story for the ages. It's novel-worthy. I should know. I write fanfic and shit. Her glare is cutting. If you say so. I do. As a writer, nonetheless. She really is bad at hiding her feelings.
So, did that satisfy you? Any more questions about my sordid escapades?
Ask her about her abilities, her vampire bonds. What's it like living in the modern world? But first, coward save. Sure. So, how exactly does it work with the three of you? I know you said that humans get your kind wrong, but do you have mates, or are you just the same as us? She laughs. A quick, sharp bark. Same as us.
Same as us. That's cute.
She got this. She got this one.
We might be soulless, and our hearts may not beat. We are still capable of love. Even if that love is different from how a human might experience it.
She pauses and purses her lips, her gaze lifting to the ceiling. I suspect she is trying to find the right words to explain that my tiny human brain understands.
Our ability to love and care for each other is vast, despite all of our darker aspects. A lot of us are nomadic because we have to be. So finding partners who you tolerate enough to spend centuries with isn't something that comes easily.
I snort at the tolerate part, and Valeria bristles, but she's smirking.
Yes, tolerate. Believe it or not, we are actually quite fond of each other.
I can tell. I just wonder what it's like to be wanted like that. She observes me with a tilted head, her eyes unnervingly bright in the din. She's sizing me up again, but it feels decidedly less murderous this time.
Vampires are driven by their instincts. We feed and fuck and fight, and there's little room for much else. Fucking and fighting. Just different verbs with similar structures.
Basically. I nod furiously.
But then, when you do find more, well, you cling to it.
Oh. She waves her hand dismissively and makes a derisive noise.
Oh, it's all very complicated. I doubt your tiny human brain could handle it, honestly.
I snort again. Maybe she read my mind. I'd kind of like to understand. Maybe. If you let me. Valeria sighs deeply and takes my chin in her hand. I just put my hand here. I think it might be a habit of hers.
You ask a lot of me, little bird.
Okay, this is probably one of those you can actually ask for everything situations. You said something about having an ability, like magic powers?
Magic powers? I'm not a bloody wizard, but I suppose you could define it as a power. It's nothing just any of us can learn, but something deeply ingrained in certain select individuals. Some of us don't have anything special beyond the usual vampire bullshit. Speed, strength, being smoking hot and exceptionally good in bed, etc., etc. But then there are special cases, like Laura and I, who have precious gifts.
Not Ilias? She purses her lips, contemplating my question.
Ilias is special in the sense that he has a terrifying, unquenchable thirst and flies into a blood rage if he gets even remotely excited about the prospect of murder.
Like even that delivery, it's slightly ramped up as it went. His senses are impeccable too. As you've discovered, he can sniff out prey with startling ease. I've never seen him fail a kill. She sighs dreamily.
An impressive beast indeed.
I try not to focus too hard on blood rage and force a smile. We haven't quite been able to figure it out if he's just like that or if it's an ability. He says he quite enjoyed killing people before he was turned, though, so I guess that could have carried over. It's just another of life's many beautiful mysteries, I suppose. Ah, yeah. Much to think about.
Anyway, enough about that brute. It's Valeria time.
She flicks her hair over her shoulder dramatically. I have one that humans call cerebrokinesis. Consider my interest highly piqued.
A handy little trick indeed, especially when needing to subdue my prey.
She grins, fixing me with a pointed stare. Gulp. There are many factors to such a power. Mnemokinesis, sedation, but my favorite is what Illy so eloquently calls my mindfuckery. But mindfuckery? She takes a step closer, twirling a strand of her hair around her fingertip. It's anything but coy. I can show you if you'd like. Closer again, her fingers coming up to curl underneath my chin. She tips my head back slightly.
I'll be gentle. I have no interest in breaking you.
Yet.
Yet.
Despite every single one of my instincts telling me I should probably at least try to have a little interest in self-preservation, the cool touch of her skin against mine is alluring. What do you mean by show you exactly? She shrugs, dropping her hand. But I remain frozen in the position she placed me in, chin tilted in almost submission. She wiggles her fingers like spider's legs. Oh, you know, I just like to dip into your consciousness and show you some pretty pictures.
Unless it isn't a pretty picture you're interested in, of course. I can conjure up anything you desire. Pain, pleasure, fear, a trip to the beach. Just pick your poison.
Show me something spooky. Show me something sexy. The beach sounds good. I'd rather not. Spooky. My tongue feels heavy in my mouth when I say it. What about something scary? A daredevil, So brave for a human. I nod slowly, heart racing as she stares me down with a wicked glint in her eyes.
Close your eyes.
I take a deep breath and obey, eyes squeezed tight, and it happens instantaneously. First, darkness. Then, trees, grim and blackened and dead with bare branches that curl in inward like claws reaching out for prey. The ground is dry under my feet, leaves crunching as I take a tentative step forward, and the air is thick with the stench of petrior and rot. Oh shit, what I missed? We're still not dead yet. We're trying to impress Valeria, and she's showing you climate change. I said, show me something scary. I squint up at the sky, and it's pitch black and crooked, the moon full and round, yet it doesn't seem to cast any light upon the forest below. I hear a laugh in the distance, something sweet and lilting, and yet there's not a single thing right about it, just wrong. All wrong. The distinct feeling that I'm being followed settles like lead in my gut, and the only thing I can do is start to run. My throat burns as I try to fill my aching lungs, gasping. And then there's footsteps behind me. twig snapping. That's what the earth looked like when I was alive. Y'all gotta do something about this. Too quick to be human. Too sure-footed to be an animal. I stagger and fall, breathing against the dirt and the dead leaves. My hand cut and leaking crimson against the forest floor, staining it. I hiss through clenched teeth at the pain that shoots through my limb. The cut deep, and the footsteps only get closer. Closer. It's just so real that I'm starting to believe it is. I'm starting to believe that maybe Valeria did something far more than she said she would. Wakey, wakey. And then I'm back. My eyes snapping open to find Valeria looking at me with naked glee in her eyes. I blink a few times, trying to chase away the tangible darkness that lingers behind my eyelids. The smell of decay still thick in my nostrils. What the...
How was it? I'm a little rusty on the spooky stuff.
It was incredibly unnerving. I kind of want to know what was going to happen. Valeria makes a contemplative little noise.
Huh? Then I haven't lost my touch.
I'd go with no. I'm pretty sure I was on the verge of shitting myself, actually. She claps her hands. Wonderful. What's it like living in the modern world? I think about her leaky attic comment and all of the weird, wonderful, and frankly fucking terrifying adventures that she's been on. I can't help but wonder. How the hell did you end up here in Portland? She looks a little taken aback at first, but her expression quickly saw... Whoa! Thought I was a sneeze. Yep, just a yawn. She looks a little taken aback at first, but her expression quickly softens into something akin to understanding. Oh, well, like I said, things didn't exactly work out the way that I planned. The way any of us planned, I suppose.
It's precarious being a vampire in this day and age. The court dictates that we have to adhere to their silly, archaic rules and lay low. Otherwise, we'll be eliminated.
She punctuates the end of her sentence with some pretty sarcastic air quotes. Wait. The court? As in a vampire court? Valeria doesn't exactly seem pleased with my interest in this particular subject. Clearly it's a sore one. We were heading to Forks, but then I tried a voodoo donut and we knew we had to stay. I only slightly get those references. I know at least a couple of the people in the chat will get those references far better, so yeah. Pacific Northwest, let's go!
Yes, a vampire court. Don't get too horny over the idea. It's far less glamorous than it sounds. They're the bane of our fucking existence, I'll have you know. Bureaucracy is soul crushing, regardless of if you actually have a soul.
I like it. Every time she drops an F-bomb, like, it's like the delivery is so enjoyable. I can feel the annoyance rolling off her in waves. I'm not sure if I have the guts to poke her about it and witness another of her brain-shaking tantrums. But my eye is twitching at the prospect of there being a whole entire vampire court in my hometown. Clearly I'm doing a bad job at hiding it because she's narrowing her eyes at me. What is wrong with you? She scoffs loudly, her teeth bared. I've been caught. Oh, for fuck's sake! You are horny over it, aren't you? I offer her a sympathetic grin. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the fact that they've been here, that you have been here, you're listening among us this whole time. You can cut me some slack there, yeah?
You spent too much time on the internet, kitten.
Fair.
I can assure you, it isn't anything like you've seen in your little movies or your silly books. It's sterile and boring. They exist solely to make our lives hell and keep us in line.
I said Among Us, which we don't take kindly to, as I'm sure you can guess. Keep you in line? How? You're so strong and powerful. And stubborn, I want to say, but I quite like my head being attached to my body.
Oh, sweet of you. But despite how incredibly powerful the three of us are, there are, unfortunately, far older, far scarier vampires than us out in the big bad world.
I'm sure you know better than anyone that you can't get away with much without it ending up on Twatter these days. Twatter. It's Twit. I said what I said. That's cute. Can you imagine one of us getting caught feeding? Killing? That shit would go viral fast. I can't exactly disagree.
The world is garbage and full of garbage people. Even creatures like us have evil overlords who want to control us.
She pauses for a moment. Then she grins. It's a bit unnerving, if not slightly arousing. So the court is no match for our Laurel. I'm pretty sure they've been plotting their downfall for decades. From the little interaction I've had with Laurel, I think to myself that they'll probably succeed. You know, talking to you is quite literally the most exciting thing that's ever happened to me.
I should think so too. I'm wonderful.
Like, I'm fucking awesome. I don't know what you're talking about. I huff a laugh, nodding in agreement, and then a weird, stagnant silence falls between us. I feel like I need to broach the subject of her maybe, possibly doing me a solid and turning me. I'm hesitant to break this weird, strangely comfortable rapport we seem to have going on where she doesn't really look like she wants to kill me anymore. Valeria's staring at me, her brain clearly working hard to try and figure me out. And I hate how much of an open book I probably am.
You know, siring someone is not a thing our kind takes lightly.
No. And my traitorous human heart and brain is no match for her. She continues, stepping closer.
It's a commitment that no mortal could ever fathom. Something more permanent and intimate than any futile bonds made during a human's lifetime. You're tethered for the rest of your immortal life, for eternity, unless one of you turns to ash.
Maybe even then.
Despite the distance between my sire and I'm still all too aware of his existence.
Sounds like it was a bad parting of ways. I watch her expression shift. A subtle change that looks almost human. Her sharp, otherworldly beauty softening for the briefest of moments before she's back to being cool and perfectly collected. There's something almost soft and vulnerable about her, under all of that bravado and snapping teeth. It's nice.
I was turned against my will, as most of us often are, and a person like me doesn't do well with being betrayed. I was rich and beautiful and free, and I fell in love with a man that I believed would join me in that freedom. I believed that we were the perfect match.
And then? Valeria glares at me and I decide to dial down my curiosity. I'm trying to get lucky here, not straight up murdered.
And then, that bastard goes and kills me on our fucking wedding night.
She bares her slender throat with a tip of her head and a sly smile before grabbing my wrist and yanking me closer. It's a bit late to play coy. You can touch. It's invisible to the naked eye, but when she guides my hand to her neck and I carefully run my fingers over her cool skin, I feel the raised, long-healed scar. Oh, shit. I can't help but shudder. Whoa. Whoa. Teeth sharp and unforgiving. The scar is messy and deep and clearly. Her sire showed her little mercy in her final moments of mortality.
He loved me, and I loved him, even after what he did. But I could never forgive him for taking that choice away from me. For not even giving me one in the first place.
Awkward. She releases me and lets her hair fall back over her shoulder.
The years all begin to bleed into one eventually. You watch your family die, all while you remain unmoored, just existing somewhere in between. You prepared for that. To watch your loved ones wither and die. To be tethered to me for the rest of time.
Her smirk is devilish. I'm having second thoughts. YOLO, even though we're gonna die right away. I'm so fucking ready. My heart is a hammer in my chest, ready to quite literally burst out of my ribcage, alien style. Hey, I was thinking about that movie. I want to watch it again. Is this really happening? I'm so fucking ready. I've never been more ready for anything in my life. I'm a millennial living alone in Portland. I'm basically alone already. Shit. You know, I'm impressed. I can't detect even an ounce of hesitation on you. She grabs my chin again, tightly, leaning in to run her nose along the edge of my jaw. Ayo. I shudder from head to toe.
Before they die, humans tend to reek of fear and dread. Oh, it's exhilarating. But you...
When she pulls away, just enough for her to make sure I can look deep into her eyes, she bites on her bottom lip.
You smell like excitement. It's the most delicate, intoxicating ambrosia. I can't wait to taste you.
My breath hitches and I nod slowly, but with great enthusiasm, trying to telegraph that I am incredibly fucking stoked right now without having to use my brain to form a coherent sentence. Basically, you just go... Just the sister in the background, as her sister says that she's gonna sing Cher Lloyd. Just... My heart does something weird in my chest again. An inverted beat. All of my blood rushing the wrong way as I try to focus on the sight of Valeria moving towards me with great intent and that hungry look in her eyes.
Oh.
She laughs, touching quietly.
Oh, don't be afraid, little bird. I'll take good care of you.
Stupid of me to forget she can hear the way an organ is literally trying to pound its way out of my body. My ribcage ready to split open and let everything vital pour out onto her nice silk bedsheets. Bet that costs a lot of money. She tilts her head, a sharp smile cutting her perfect face in two as she reaches out and curls cold fingers around my wrist. She feels the bumps of my veins and the delicate bones with the pad of her thumb, and I think it might be the horniest thing I've ever experienced.
I promise to make you feel good first.
Damn. First?
Well, yes. Before the whole killing you part.
Shit. Right. That. Killing me, then bringing me back as your favorite new immortal partner? She snickers and boops me on the nose with a fingertip. Aw. Ah, cute. You're cute. That's not exactly an answer, but okay. Well, I guess there's no going back now. I'm just glad I'm going out this way, and if she refrains from fully murdering me, we'll have a nice experience to look back on together. Oh.
Your heart is beating so fast, like a little rabbit. It's so noisy.
Damn. She brings my wrist to her mouth, brushing her lips over my pulse point. I can see the white of her fangs, the thread of them making my toes curl. And then she licks a wet stripe along my skin, stopping at the heel of my hand to apparently savor the taste. You taste sweet, like honey. Is that a good thing? Her answering laugh makes me flinch, and she's quick to grab my other wrist as she settles over me, her thighs astride my waist. She's petite in stature, but there's nothing small about Valeria. She looms, filling the room with almost impressive presence, even when standing beside a physical giant like Elias or someone like Laurel who can cut you to the core with just a look. Her dress rides up her legs as she shifts on top of me, already leaving little to the imagination. But the way the fabric pools at the curve of her hips makes my mouth water. Damn. Damn.
The way you said it sounded funny. It was like, dang.
Damn. I'd reach down and touch her if she wasn't pinning my wrists above my head. But then I can't exactly bring myself to be mad about that. Stay. Hey, Caspar. Hello. You've come at an exciting time. I'm either about to get sexed or murdered by a vampire. Or both. I don't know what's gonna happen next. I could still die. I might have fucked it. I don't know. We're gonna find out. Good luck. Stay. I nod. I have no interest in disobeying her.
Now, tell me what you want, kitten.
Smirks her.
Use your imagination.
No, don't give me choices. Just make me like you, please.
The middle one is such a like middle-aged like just spice it up.
I want to spice it up.
It's
Cuff
so
me.
It's kind of like, I don't know. I just think of like a old couple.
Yeah, this is like we're spicing things up in the
We
bedroom.
need to change things up.
Yeah, we need. At least you picked one of the easier ones to figure it out. If we get good voice lines are good, I'm happy with any of these options.
Your gameplay, don't staring at me, Tor.
Do you have DoorDash? I'm craving burritos. I want you. I want you to fuck me.
Everybody start clipping. No.
And then I want you to turn me.
Start clipping, y'all.
Make me like you. Please. Her cool hands slide under my clothes. Her head tilted as she carefully observes every little shift and twitch of my body. My abdomen dips under curious fingertips. Fingertips that walk a path up, and over my sternum. Do you guys know if Lady Dames played this yet? I feel like she would enjoy this for her Smutty Saturdays.
Oh, it's been a while since I've been with a human. You're all warm and fragile.
But also she's a... Oh,
It would
she
take
has. Oh,
some
yeah.
lift to break you.
Long before I met her. Oh, no. There's no way she did. There's one character that I call Extreme Difficulty. Break me. She laughs again. A more condescending noise this time. Her dark hair falling over her shoulders as she leans closer. Our noses brush. Let's get you out of these pesky clothes, shall we? Fuck yes. Fuck yes. Yeah, he thinks it, then he says it. Hey. Smart. A commanding palm splays flat against my shoulder. It's a wordless command to stay down. I died to that character so many times. Oh no. She smirks, likely feeling the way my heart stutters beneath her touch. I look up at her with a dazed sort of need and feel emboldened as I place my hand upon her bare thigh.
You can touch me wherever you like.
Hey. I groan as she leans in and nips at the soft flesh of my throat, the vague promise of Fang driving me fucking crazy. I've always been into the idea of being bitten by a vampire, in theory. But that's when I thought they were nothing more than a figment of the population's imagination. Something that lived only on pages or movie and TV series. I boop her nose. Knowing that they're real and having one directly above me, intending to fuck me and bite me, is a whole other story. Monster fuckers be horny, what can I say? Those fakers could never hold a candle to the real thing.
Such a lovely specimen.
Clever fingers walk down my abdomen at an agonizingly slow pace, finally settling between my thighs, and I swear I see God. Or maybe the devil. When she finally touches me where I need it the most. Boop sensually. And then she booped the pee-pee. I try to catch my breath between the not-so-gentle waves of pleasure as we move together, Valeria intermittently whispering filth in my ear like she intends to kill me with dirty talk instead of fangs. Her grip on my face tightens, and my eyes fly open when I feel her leaning close enough for our noses to brush. Wrong on both counts, it's Bacchus. Look at me, kitten, and don't stop looking. Looking at her is a problem. A big one, because I'm desperately clinging to every ounce of sanity that I have left, and it still isn't enough to survive her. She gives my face another jerk, snapping me back to reality. Understand? Her voice wraps around my throat, filling my lungs like smoke. I nod mutely, past the point of coherency, of making any sense whatsoever. Good. Every part of me is lit up and turned on, my blood rushing fast and hot, and there's a distinct feeling rising from the darkest depths of my stomach. Oh no, have they even bothered drinking wine? My spine shatters into a fine powder. It curls at the base of my spine and squeezes, and I know my time has come to come. Valeria pushes her thumb into my mouth until I'm choking on the remainder of my sentence.
Don't be cliche, kitten. You don't need to say it. I can smell it on you. I can taste it.
Dang. I'm impressed that you lasted this long. I make a weird noise that I hope I don't remember later. If I even have a later. It bodes well for me that my feeble human stamina impresses you. She laughs and the sound makes my toes curl. Her eyes dark and reverent and swallowing me whole. Are you gonna try to one character per stream? Probably not. I'm hoping to finish a run, like a full run in 2 streams. I usually do a thing on Halloween where at like the last stream or last 2 streams I try to read some stories. You might finish it tonight? Oh shit. I mean, if I can finish a full run in one go, sure, alright. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. She laughs and the sound makes my toes scream, swallowing me whole. Like she knows exactly where I'm about to fall over the precipice I've been desperately clinging to. She leans in and presses her lips to mine, hard enough to brand the shape against my skin. I let go, and I'm free falling. I come, gasping. Valeria swallowing the sounds, even making some of her own, and then she has her fangs in my throat. As the sharp points of her teeth pierce my flesh, I feel a white-hot burst of pain, the kind you get if you curl your fingers around a scalding pan straight out of the oven. But then it's gone. It hurts still, but the pain bleeds into something verging on pleasure. It spreads throughout me, warm and tingly, not much unlike the feeling I've just experienced. That was a wet noise. I furrow my brow and try my hardest to stay lucid as she drinks, my numb fingers sinking into her silky hair to have something to anchor me. 3-ish. Basically all in the same period. I kind of rewound a little bit when I was like, no, this is gonna lead to death. Okay. We got the cat one though. We got what the hell's his name? Wicked Dennis? Fuck, what was his name again? I forget the cat's name. Frown my brow hard to loose, my numb fingers sinking into her silky hair to have something angry. The noises she makes are sensual. Little whimpers and groans muffled by the thick glut of blood that slides down her throat. Nasty Dennis, yes. Nasty Dennis. I still have the brain power to decide that it's the hottest thing I've ever experienced. And I just fucked a vampire. Valeria shudders and pulls back, her eyes wide and glittering as a line of blood, my blood, trickles down her chin. I'm only missing one death.
Fuck.
Nasty Dennis is the final hidden option. She presses her fingers to her skin to stem the trail, catching the liquid before messily pushing as much of it into her mouth as she can. She sucks her digits clean. Plot twist! It's a furry game! Shit.
Like cherries. Ripe ones. Better than I anticipated.
Damn. She licks the red from her teeth and smirks down at me, and my dying heart stutters in my chest. Now, time for dessert. I did see the DLC on Twitter, yeah. Looks like it's interesting. It's a very different kind of setup than the main thing. Well, I'm glad I started playing this then. Shit. She bites into her wrist. 2 perfect puncture wounds that drip a deep, dark red. The most perfect little beads surfacing on her pale skin. She presses it to my mouth, and the taste of copper bursts against my tongue. It's cold. Instinctively, I drink until she pulls away, apparently satisfied.
Good night, little bird. See you on the other side.
I feel her hand brush over my eyes, her touch feather light. Not out till next year? Oh, okay, so we got time. Also, next year is only like a couple months. Fuck. Everything goes dark. The tingling in my limbs gets stronger, and death feels a lot nicer than I anticipated. In fairness, I just came my brains out, so I'd say it was a pretty good curtain call. next Halloween. Oh, never mind. It's gonna be a while. I know how this goes. Dizziness, nausea, blood vessels constricting as the body tries to compensate for its losses. But this is different. Maybe it was the blood that Valeria fed me. Like some kind of morbid vampire ibuprofen. Take 2 on a full stomach before dying and wake up eternally hot. She's still touching me, her cool fingertips tracing the shape of my lips and brushing over my eyelashes where they fan against my cheeks. I wonder if she's helping me through it. It's intimate. It feels like the start of something. The pain begins to reach a fevered pitch as my body readies itself for the transformation. But Valeria's lips are at my ear before I lose consciousness. Her voice breathy and sweet, gentle in a way it wasn't before.
I can't wait to see what kind of monster you'll become.
The devs knew their monster fucker demographic. Yeah. Nope. Hashtag, it's that kind of game. I feel a strange sense of peace through the pain as it peaks and tapers into numbness. And I let go. I let myself fade away. See you on the other side. We did it! Yeah! Alright. I guess we'll keep it going. We're almost there. It's the same feeling. The prelude to waking up. It's 5 minutes before your alarm goes off, when you know you're about to enter the waking world, but the desperation to stay asleep claws at you. My fingers begin to twitch, and I blink as if I'm stuck, anchored to the land of dreaming. Hazy memories drift to the forefront of my mind. Then, perfect clarity. Everything. Burp. I remember it all. From entering the house, to meeting the vampires, to the interview, to Valeria's bedroom. We'll see. Like 2 more streams for myself. So I figured I was gonna do 2 of First Bite. So we'll see. We'll see if I want to do another round. And then what I was saying was, previous years I've had a lot of fun of is I read scary stories on stream. The previous years I've also written some stories to go with it. I haven't started writing anything yet. I would like to. I need to work real fast if that's the case. No, it's been pretty good. 2 years back, it's definitely one of our clips. I was right about this one being a wide, not tall visual novel. Yeah, just that it's short, but there's so much to do in between. I think I get what you're saying, if that's what you meant. But yeah, no. There's a good one. I was reading the story that I had written. I was right in the middle of a thing, and we got raided by Mr. Stephen Bones from Malaysia. Wonderful man. And he jump scared the shit out of me because our raid alert at the time was the Five Nights at Freddy's scream. And I literally just went, fuck! And I ripped the ears off my head. And it was hilarious. And we actually got a couple follows out of that raid that have stuck with us since. And it's great. It's a good one. We don't have time for this, but hold on. Maybe we have time for this. Content, clips. Just chatting. Go. Clips of my channel. Just chatting. How quickly can I find it? Actually, this won't be so hard. Spooky. First jump scare. George dies on cam. I don't see it. Let's see if I have it. Come on. Search the category properly. Don't make it weird. Let's see. Maybe Maybe it wasn't a Just Chatting. No, I should have been a Just Chatting. 2 years ago. Everyone's just like, finish the damn game! Like, no, I gotta find this fucking thing. 2 years ago sounds about right. Thump, thump, thump. Nope. The gift sub. Shit. Maybe it was longer than that. No, it should have been. I don't know. I'll have to look for it sometime. So OBS Valeria was your top favorite vampire. Who came? Oh, Valeria. Who came in second? I mean, probably second would have been Laurel. Like Laurel was. Actually, I wonder. Maybe not Laurel. Maybe it was Ilias because he's just funny. He's a funny character, and I appreciate that. Goddamn. It rules. At this point, I'll probably find it easier if I keep Instagram. Oh, no, here it is. Okay, alright, I found it. Alright, let's see here. It's not hard to adore a himbo vamp. Right. Okay, so first off, let's just pop the save. Let's just kill the music for a hot second. And I found it. And I'm gonna open this shit up. And let's see what we can do here. Chrome browser, come back. Pop. Chrome browser. You need to look at you. Yeah. Okay, are you ready for some you ready for some dumb shit? So this was in the middle of like me reading a story of just like the characters getting into some serious business. Hey, look, there's action in the background. And then this happened. It was Mom. Well, it's back!
You good?
Holy shit!
Whoa!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Whoa!
Oh no! Oh no!
Whoa! I didn't even see.
Oh, that was loud as
What
fuck!
the
Oh my fucking god!
What
Experienced all 5 nights at once there. Well then. Oh.
Whoa!
For everyone in Malaysia, happy Halloween. Mr. Stephen Bones, thank you so much for the raid. That is going to be the greatest clip of the fucking century.
I was like, are you okay?
Yeah, I think Gamer Chad was in there too. Actually, who is one of the childrens that we love having with us here at the channel. Yeah, that's how they found us, and it's been good since. All right, back to not dying in the thingy and trying to wrap this up in a one and done. From near the house immediately. Okay, where are we? Okay, remember it all. The interview, Valeria's bedroom, and finally to the turning. I'm still in Valeria's bed. My eyes are still closed. My sense is slowly returning. I can smell her all around me, floral and sweet and sharp, as well as my nose feeling superpowered. My ears are fine-tuned to, well, everything. I can hear the skittering of animals outside, the gentle chatter of humans down the street. And then I realize that there's also a couple of things I can no longer feel. Once vital things. Most vital of all, my heart is dead. I'm hyper aware of it in my chest, and it feels heavy despite its dormancy. A gentle reminder of my new state of being, I suppose. There's also a distinct coolness to me, from my bones to my skin. Though it isn't the same, my crotch. Though it isn't the same as being caught in the snow and left to thaw. It's just a strange, prickling awareness. All things considered, this feels like a peaceful sort of awakening. There might be a distant memory of pain and screaming, my body dying and rebuilding itself while I was stuck somewhere in between. But it doesn't haunt me. Maybe it's tucked away for keeps. I take a moment to embrace it all. And then I feel a finger poking at my cheek. Hey! Hey! I hear a quiet, dirty laugh, and I'm suddenly all too aware of a body beside me. Valeria. She's lying flush against me, her body temperature now feeling strangely normal, if not a little warmer than my own. I suppose that, technically, I'm a freshly risen corpse. Cool.
Wake up, sleepyhead.
Ooh, the delivery on that one. The VS did such a good job, I know. I groggily open up my eyes when I hear her voice. My eyelids feel heavy and my head is throbbing like I'm suffering through the worst hangover in the history of everything. But the sight of Valeria soothes away the ache. Oh, hello? Damn. Okay. Okay. Leaning over, she presses her crimson lips to my ear, her voice dipped low. Good night, James, and happy death day. I am looking respectfully. Night? How long was I out for?
You died, little bird. It takes time for the body to recover from that.
Don't roll your eyes at me. You were out for about 3 days, give or take. Not bad. I've seen some take up to a week to turn fully. Art! You ever want to play another VN? Let me recommend When the Night Comes. Oh, I am familiar with this one, actually. Maybe? As I shift under the covers, I focus my attention on my arms. More specifically, it was fire. Oh, shit. More specifically, that they've crossed over my chest like I'm a poor facsimile of those dramatized movie vampires. She scoffs at vamps. I roll my eyes at her, trying desperately not to smile. He still needs to play Dream Daddy. Yeah, Ash wants to see me play that. Dream Daddy. Really?
Ugh, you're the one so enamored with all those silly little vampire tales, kitten. Besides, I was bored. Had to entertain myself somehow.
She's like, here's a corpse next to me. Just. When the night comes, VAs are majestic. Oh, okay. Her pout shifts into a smirk. Dream Daddy feels like it was made for me. I feel like a lot of people had that feeling about that one. I pause for a moment to take her in where she lounges beside me. And if they were still able to, I think my cheeks would be heating. Paul, look back at the right time. Why did you ever leave, Paul? There was so much plot that had happened in the past half hour. There was so much plot. I pause for a moment to take her in where she lounges beside me. And if they were still able to, I think my cheeks would be heating. Laurel's VA voice the character. Oh, cool. You missed the deed. The incredibly flimsy lingerie that she's wearing leaves little to the imagination. And for that, I'm incredibly thankful. It even has sparkles. This is like... No, that's a trap. That's a trap. No game, you're not doing that. This is like, oh, there's sparkles on the lingerie? I don't see any sparkles. And you're just like... It's like, no game. That's bait. That's bait. It feels like I'm seeing her for the first time, in high definition. She's even more beautiful than my feeble human eyes could possibly ever comprehend. Oh, it's vampire sparkles. All right. We're fine. Flimsy is an interesting word choice I'd have gone with delicate. Not many single dad stories out there. Yeah, that's fair. I am also looking respectfully. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. This is the skin of a killer, Bella. She has a glass of red wine, expensive and old, my new nose tells me, in one hand, and the other clutches an indecent-looking novel titled First Bite. Hey, wait a minute. The cover is adorned with a particularly lewd illustration of a vampire chowing down on a half-naked human who looks a little too pleased about it. Vampires love the Pacific Northwest. I can relate. A vampire romance novel? Is it good? You are absolutely not in the position to judge me.
Did dying make you forget that you write cryptid erotica, sweet thing?
Fair point. Can I at least see the synopsis?
Ugh.
Can't have my sire reading subpar smut. Fair. I move my hand to reach for the book, and I see that my other dark clothes have been replaced by a black silk robe. Hey! It even has fluffy sleeves. Oh, is it that one? Before I can question it, Valeria speaks. It looks adorable on you. I stare at her for a hot minute before I remember her tricky little mindfuckery powers. Thanks. I think? You're incredibly welcome. Now, do you feel up to taking your new body for a spin? Close your eyes, baby fangs. Baby fangs. I nod and oblige without hesitation.
Illy, Laurel, enter.
Up. Open. As you do. This is why we have an 18+ warning on the front of the page. Hi, guys. Laurel and Elias are standing in front of me, and, if I had to guess, they were probably lurking outside and doing some very casual vampire eavesdropping. Valeria asked us to assist with gently easing you into the fold. What Laurel said. So, what does that entail exactly? Valeria sets aside her book and the glass of wine and stands to join the other two.
We planned a little surprise for you.
I love surprises. The three of them grin at me, sharp teeth on display. It's decidedly unnerving. I narrow my eyes at them, feeling less enthusiastic suddenly. Please don't bring in a human for me to suck on.
Oh, cool it, baby fangs. It's nothing like that.
Baby fangs.
Yet.
It's your very first day as a vampire, and... Valeria nods to both Elias and Laurel, and all three of them pull something from behind their backs and place it on their heads. Fucking party hats with rainbows on. Elias is happy, excited, himbo face. Also, Cruz showed up. Hey, when did Cruz show up? Just now. No, just now, okay. I got an ad. Time to hit Prime resubscribe. Yeah. You know it, Cruz. Epic. What the? Oh wait, the ad just ended in time, yes. Does Nasty Dennis get a hat though? Oh, these are the important questions. I think I saw that. Actually, I remember seeing this screen in Hey Ghostly Gamers playthrough. I think I remember the party hats, and that was quite silly, but I had no context at the time. With a little rainbow bow tie. They're also all holding colorful party poppers. This is the best birthday ever. If my Maybe I should put that in the corner. It's awkward to have it right over her head like that. Thank you, Cruz. Yep. No, full jump scare alerts are on and ready to go. Also, I'll actually mention most of the jump scare alerts I put in are actually audio ripped from clips from our own channel. So it's a lot of Joyce screaming. There's one of Ash screaming, and there's the me and Arash fuckery from like the first time we all played Phasmophobia. What is this game? It's a visual novel about vampires and wearing party hats. It's that kind of game. My heart could beat. I think it would be pounding double time. The fact that they did this for me, that they all look so happy. For what it's worth, Cruz, apparently there's a lot of ways to die in this game, and so far we made it mostly to the end. Can I link it? Yeah. Please do. We became vampires to suck blood and to fuck forever, basically. It feels like I'm really part of their family, like they're proud of me. I really hope vampires don't cry blood. I guess I'm about to find out.
Happy birthday!
Aww. After our little celebration, Valeria escorts Laurel and Ilias out of her room to give me a moment to compose myself. Could be. Movie or TV show? Yeah, that's the one. It's also on Steam. I picked up. It's like 11, 12 bucks Canadian. I walk around trying to get used to driving this hot new mortal body. I stare down at my palms, my skin flawless, if not a little pastier than its usual hue. TV show? Okay. I should watch the TV show. I poke my fangs with my tongue, feeling the newly sharpened points. Valeria said they'll get bigger in time, and she seems to find great pleasure in calling me baby fangs. I dig it. I'm actually a vampire. A real-life, blood-sucking fiend. Dracula and I are practically the same. Nice! I think I've only seen the first 2 episodes all the way through. Yeah, the movie is classic, but I have not watched the show yet. Ish. Saying the words out loud makes me feel real, and I know what I want to do next. Thinking of Ilias, Valeria, and Laurel standing together, it hits me that my entire life has changed in ways I couldn't possibly fathom. Everything I thought I knew, all the things I had held dear, all that's behind me now. Beautiful map area, yeah. And yet, the thought is strangely appealing. My stomach flutters and my chest tightens. But the tears that spring to my eye, that spring to my eyes don't feel like any sort of grief at all. It feels like a new beginning, and just maybe belonging. I wander downstairs and find myself back to where I started, in the foyer. The portrait of nasty Dennis feels no less threatening, though, despite my newfound immortality. I chuckle to myself. Just 3 days ago, I was a regular human who stumbled my way into their lives. So much has changed, but I'm still the same me. I'm still James. Well, that's not completely true. I'm the Technicolor version of myself. Remastered. Now on Blu-ray. 4K, motherfuckers. Hi. Laurel graciously hands me a glass filled with blood. I don't ask where it came from, and I don't care. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place, and I recommend it to anyone who likes this show or movie of what we do in the shadows. Oh. Garth Marenghi's Dark Place. Where can we see Garth Marenghi's Dark Place? Is there any easy access? Is there any particular services? I'm subscribed to a lot of them, as it turns out. I'm suddenly all too aware of the way my throat burns. My body aches to taste my first drop. I greedily snatched the wine glass from their hands and downed it in one go, like a frat boy at a kegger. It was on Peacock for free, but I'm not sure if it still is. Oh, okay. Well, my Canadian ass probably not gonna have access to Peacock, so I guess I'll have to figure something out. Goddamn. Crave, come on! I catch the messy dribble of blood that runs down my chin with the back of my hand. I lick it clean, careful not to waste a drop. Fuck, that's good. But I look at them staring at me, eyes wide, grins wider. Respectfully. I realize I probably look like a wild animal, unable to control myself. Shit, I'm sorry.
Think nothing of it. Your first drink should have that kind of emotion behind it.
The ache never dulls. It's glorious.
You'll get used to it. Control comes with practice, kitten.
Traditional. Very traditional ones. Like, fair enough. Valeria carefully pours me a second drink from a blood bag. O negative. Drink up. I savor this round. Yo ho ho, yeah. I savor this round. I take small sips, letting it link. That's the wrong voice. You can get access to Peacock with today's sponsor, NordVPN. Good times. I savor this round. I take small sips, letting it linger on my tongue and really enjoying the taste for the first time. Copper sweet, like a mouthful of pennies with a spoonful of sugar on top. I wonder if every human tastes the same. A woozy kind of drunkenness overtakes me, a semi-replacement for the warmth I now lack. I think I need to sit down.
Come on.
Elias guides me over to the sofa, and we both take a seat before Valeria and Laurel follow suit. We all cozy up together in the too small space.
Ugh.
Finally, an excuse to get a new sofa. I fucking hate this thing. Blood tipsy and sated, I can't help but smile as I sink back into the plush cushions. How do you feel? It's a lot to take in, and I'm sure it'll take some time to get used to the whole being dead thing. But I feel good. Really good.
Luckily, you've got eternity to figure it out.
Unless you find yourself in the hands of a vampire hunter.
Shit. I'll tear anyone who tries to harm you apart with my bare hands. Aw, that's so sweet of you. Fuck those Van Helsing types, am I right? Valeria raises an accusatory brow at me. An accusatory brow. That's what happens when you don't read fast enough. The whole being dead thing. She's quick to shake her head and smirk when I wink at her. Can't believe there really are vampire hunters, though. Next, you'll tell me that Mothman is real. How has Mothman just been the thing all day today? Laurel stares at me blankly.
Well,
he is. He has a great ass. Fuck. Riley, did you set this up from the beginning? And he's got a whole bakery. But regardless, I wouldn't worry your pretty little head about hunters, James. It's been what? Laurel has the longest nail. I completely forgot that was in there. Laurel does have long-ass nails, and I respect that. It's been what, 50 years since we last encountered one? The moth can. He calls it the moth can. The last vampire hunter that dared to enter the city of Portland didn't last very long. We destroyed them without even breaking a sweat. Pathetic.
we celebrated our resounding victory with sprinkled donuts.
Hey. Ilias huffs, clearly offended that Laurel took the glamour out of his story. Yeah. Covered in the blood and guts of our brutally slain enemies.
Free donuts are the only real way to celebrate anyway.
This game implies the existence of werewolves, and I need that next. Ilias huffs and folds his huge arms across his chest, an impressive pout of his lips. I need to hear this story, in intricate detail. Some other time. We promise to teach you everything you need to know. I just want to know how to contribute to protecting our coven. If shit hits the fan, you know? We are a coven, right? What's the proper terminology here? My kid hates that I say werewolf instead of werewolf. You say werewolf instead of werewolf, yeah? Brood, clutch, pack, clan, coven, all are interchangeable. What should I call us? You're our kin. Kin. I let the name settle on my tongue. I like it. Good, because you're here to stay. You have to like it. This calls for donuts is a good thing we're immortal because the line of voodoo is like 12 goddamn hours. Fuck, I need to visit Portland. I'm gonna come visit Portland. I'll come visit Portland sometime. Get donuts and shit. It'd be great. The room falls into silence, and it's the comfortable kind. I look around, taking everything in. Powerful Ilias, entrancing Laurel, breathtaking Valeria. I smile to myself. This is my new home, my new life, my new world. Finally, I belong. Well, Fiend! Congratulations, baby fans. We did it! Welcome to the family. Yay, we did it. Okay, sure. I think I knew that this artwork existed.
Oh, that was quick.
Yeah. I love that artwork so much. Yeah, so I guess we got some options. We either replay it again tomorrow. Or tomorrow, fuck. Next week. Maybe we... Hey, it's Anna. Yeah, Anna. And of course, if you want to keep tabs on what they're up to, you can find them over at Stumped Gamers. Goth boobs, huh? I'll be here for that if you play again, yeah. Laurel Portman, Jalen Cassell, Ilias Alray, Alejandro Saab, Marie. I'm trying to think if I can think of what else they've done, but nothing's coming. Next week, everyone dies. Which could also happen. Yeah. Well, I'm glad I finally got to do a run. You know, we did okay. We didn't die nearly as much as I thought we would. We did okay. The sprites and key art, Josephine Chang. So I'm gonna presume Josephine is the one that we have to thank for the art. The art. Finishing in 3 hours is a good time. Yeah. UI and branding, Jules Reisling. No, that's pretty good. Well, for the most part, I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun. That was real fun. So yeah, next week, yeah, maybe we'll take another stab at it, unless we can think of something else to do. Yeah, grab the booby. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. If there's anything else that we should play, we could do that too. Honka honka. Yup. We'll see. Otherwise, other than that, yeah. If I still want to do the storytelling shit, I gotta find some stories real fast. What day is that? That's the 26th would be story time day. So if I want to write something, I gotta start thinking of some ideas real fast and get some going. Cause yeah, I've definitely the First Bite main theme, James Roach, special Choose White, and our patrons, yay! 2 years ago, I wrote a story that was just off completely from my own ideas and just some thoughts I had. That was a fun story. I had a lot of fun with that story. Last year was a bit weirder because that one actually took prompts from a whole bunch of people, and I tried to fit them all into one story, which I used to do many years ago. Back on this older website that a couple of you guys probably remember. Yeah, I used to write some stories, and it just took names of people I knew, or I missed their writing. I should link you to some of the. I did actually. I made a. I did make highlights of those bits of the streams. Those are actually on Twitch. I never put them on YouTube aside from just the restream shits. Whoa. Ah. I see. Very good. Death tally. Just the one. Alright, let's go back to the intermission scene. But yeah, I could definitely actually yeah, I'll throw you in if you have like half an hour to kill. It's a content, video producer. Where are you? dude. Highlight James. Cassandra, are you the one? Boop. Share. Video link. Yeah, Josh, if you have... How long is this fucking video? Why did it take me an hour and 24 minutes to tell this story? Was the story that fucking long? Oh my god, maybe it was that long. Well, Mr. Josh, if you are, so that is not the copy paste that I needed. That just said James gets clapped by sexy vampires. Let's try that again. Fucking hell. Wait, collections. No, I made a collections of it. James Bond's Scariest Tories 2020. The story was called Cassandra. Pause that shit. Share. Copy. Let's try that again. Boop. There we go. If you wanna pop that away, if you're bored later, this is the one I was quite proud of. This was a pretty good one. I thought it was pretty good. I had some good reactions as people were reading, and this is where the jump scare of the century happened. I can tell you who wrote for what character. Laurel's impressively well done. Yeah, I need to investigate this game some more. So yeah, so if I want to do that, then I got 2 weeks to figure some shit out right friggin' now. Other than that, though, of course, I guess we're done for the night. Ash has already turned off all the lights, so I guess she wants to start going to bed. I can respect that because she's got to work tomorrow. I don't. Excited to give it a watch. Yeah, yeah, it's a good. I had to make a voice like a teenage girl for the entire time. Yeah. I mean, you know how the rest of the speech goes. All you're gonna miss is the hilarious Halloween compilation. Well, I could get to that quick too. Thanks for everyone coming in. Had a lot of fun. If you are new to the channel, we are of course the Daring Player Squad, 5 assholes from Vancouver and Victoria who play video games, and sometimes when we're not lazy, we all get together to play stuff together. We should try to do that this week. We'll see. I'll see what we can do. What do we have for the rest of the week? Not a lot. Colston is still in Florida at Disney World doing shenanigans, so no dot hack mutation right this minute. I think he's coming back this week or maybe next week. Friday, day off. Saturday, maybe we'll try to get together, play some Phasmophobia or something. I know they're kind of in on the shit list right now because their Discord mods suck. But we'll see. We'll try to figure something out. Sunday, that'll be Arash and Joyce get back with more Ace Attorney. I forget which one every time. Monday, that'll be Ash taking one more stab at the final boss of Cult of the Lamb. That'll be good. Spirit of Justice, thank you, Ace. Thank you. Are we at Monday already? We're at Monday already. My god. Tuesday, Joyce, Persona 4 Golden. Is hilarious. And popped in for a bit on Sunday. Yeah. Bad voice dubs. It's fucking great. It's so good. It's like we've reached the point where we're not even bad voice dubs anymore. It's like mediocre. It's mediocre voice dubs now, but you know, it's not, the branding's just not as good. And then of course Wednesday, I guess we'll probably be back for more First Bite if that's what we do. So on that note, of course, if you haven't followed us on the channel, it's the best place to keep track of us. Otherwise, we do have a Twitter account. We got an Instagram account that I've never updated in a long time. God damn it. Facebook account. Discord. Do check out the Discord. We are fun people to hang out with. And the YouTube channel mostly serves as an archive because Twitch doesn't love us enough that. So it's man voice dubs. As you're all saying, thank you for streaming. I say thank you for watching. It was so much fun having you all here. Y'all good people and I like ya. So I'll leave it at... Actually, is there anyone else online right this minute that we should go bother? I kind of feel like we should. We don't do that nearly enough. But also I think we all want to go to bed. Who's still playing? Nah, most people I care about aren't gone. See, we need to raid more to make more friends. But it's okay. It's okay. We'll save that for next week. Anyways, finally, as always, my name is James. We are the Daring Player Squad. And last year I made a Halloween compilation that Ash hates because I edited her funny. So I'm going to play that now. You guys have a good night. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. jump scare. This is gonna be a fucking dragon or something. Oh fuck no! Fuck!
Oh no! What is happening?
Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! Oh god! It's coming for me! It's coming for me!
He got the strap.
So he was fighting off something in the fucking thing.
Comes back alive. That's right when I started talking.
Oh no! What? Why are you leaving? Holy shit!
Ah! Jesus fucking Christ!
This is fucking roll. Like, this is.